Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 16th episode of the Ashen Wastes, where the party found themselves journeying through a forest on the way to the fabled Drow Den for an auction of some sort to help the poor merchant Alteron make enough money to finally live the rest of his life in retirement, because he's a human and he's getting on in years. So left off, the party was in the middle of a fight because they were slowly circled by a pack of ravenous wolf-like creatures which have been met before at the beach. And due to my forgetfulness in fixing the settings, the party sees that the listed name for these creatures is Megistotherian Gorgonopsid, which is a flub on my part, but hey, we'll roll with it. As we left on initiative, Meshida had just taken her turn, so it's actually onto the Moorbounders and then Umnia. So, without further ado, get to playing.
Jumping right
Alright.
into fighting.
Yep, as always. It's the thing you like doing the most, isn't it? Alright, lots of these Moorbounders. Aha. And these creatures. This one is going to...
I'm not gonna deny that I like fighting, but just want to say that it's not something that I want to do every time. It's just that my character is very good at it. It just turns into a fucking god every time we have a combat session.
Welcome to being a paladin. So this one over
You
here
didn't
is
wake up
gonna...
and choose violence.
I mean, sure. Whatever you say. So this one over here, as it bounds into the encirclement of carriages, looks forward and it sees its ally kind of standing over there, having just ran in itself. And it's going to look to the side and it sees the floating snake woman. It's going to try to move here. Actually, no, not there. It's like kind of goes this way and tries to bound off the carriage to get a little bit of height. Make a check. It actually manages to land directly on top of your carpet, Meshuda, and it kind of... And the carpet itself buckles slightly, but the weight of the two of you combined is still more than enough for it to handle. The creature will make...
Does that give me an attack of opportunity, though?
No, because it's entering your range. You are... let's see. Going to
Would
do a bite.
the thingy gizmo guy have an attack of opportunity?
I'd say that it was... Oops. It was over here. And then when it jumped, it had to jump 20 feet into the air in order to actually get on level with Meshuda, so the homunculus is close to ground level, so it basically just went way over it.
Yeah.
Alright, it's gonna make its bite and claw attack. Alrighty. Let's see. Both attacks... First attack hits for 13 points of piercing damage as it bites you with its teeth. It kind of holds you at the shoulder a bit. And then it's going to try to go for a claw swipe at your abdomen, which would critically hit for... what's that? 23 slashing damage. Cuts through the cloth and the leather armor you have on your stomach, and it leaves a great gaping rent where you can feel the burning hot sensation of your organs being subjected to the cold night air. That will be its turn.
Can I,
Like how
try and
this
get it
is...
off?
You can on your turn.
Yeah.
I just want to say I like how it's the second session of this fight, and these creatures are still rolling stupidly well. Did not expect my first combat roll to be a nat 20 on one of them. So, okay, so this creature over here is going to look at Straight and his Moorbounder, and it's going to try to swipe at the... It's going to try to bite at Straight as it tries to claw towards the Moorbounder's head, as it tries to use it as like a stepping stool.
They're coming back with a vengeance because the first time they didn't roll at well at all.
Yeah.
We're rolling with
This
you.
one bites straight for 8 points of piercing damage. Make a dex save because the bite itself, it tries to, it's a technically a sort of grapple. So it grabs onto your shoulder, bites hard, and it tries to pull you off of your mount. So,
Wouldn't it be a strength check for grapple?
actually,
Uh,
we'll say strength or dex. So whichever you prefer.
save.
Yeah, saving throw, strength or dex.
Go with strength.
Here's the point: you are a fighter and you are mounted, so it's kind of an either or situation. A 17 would succeed. You feel your body get pulled to the side, and you put your hands like around its massive teeth, and you manage to have just enough force to open the jaw slightly and push yourself out of the mouth as it cramps shut again. The claw attack that had kind of half-heartedly sent towards the Moorbounder manages to see the claw, and it swerves its head to the side, which also is kind of what helped you escape from the creature's bite, as it dodges the attack entirely. That's the end of that creature's turn. The merchant Alteran is hears noise and he is nervous, but he is staying quiet. Okay. Here is the creature next to one of the giant vultures that Siotha had summoned. It will bite and claw at it. Getting up towards the neck, Siotha, what is the vulture's AC?
One second. It is 10.
Yeah, wow, this rolled really well. So yeah, no, it hit both attacks for a gram. How much HP does the vulture have?
22.
Okay, yeah. So it takes the first hit, then the claw attack comes in and shears one of the wings off, and the vulture dies. Because
Hey.
it's a magically summoned creature, it just kind of poofs into magical dust. It
Vanish.
takes too much damage, and it is now Sio this turn.
Okay. So if I remember right, Emma is looking on death's door, possibly.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, she ain't doing too hot.
He had 2
I
successes and 2 fails, so she's. As you look at her, you notice she's like. It looks very weird. You can tell where the cuts are, and you can see her breathing kind of stabilizing a bit. But at the same time, the cuts themselves are massive and bleeding profusely, and you don't think she has a very high chance of surviving if she doesn't get medical attention.
I'll go ahead and throw a yeah, I'll give her a healing word. Knock.
A healing word, Emma.
Emma.
She gasps and chokes and splutters on some of the blood that had risen up her throat, and coughs, and her eyes kind of half. That kind of almost like just barely waking up moment where you scare someone who was asleep, and her eyes kind of flutter, and just, you see the wounds on her belly sealing shut just a little bit, and the bleeding slowed down, as she is now at positive HP and no longer has to make death saves.
She's not on death's door yet.
And then
Not
as
on
my
death's door at
action,
all.
I can cast Produce Flame as a cantrip. And I will
If it is a bonus action, then yes, you may.
healing word is a bonus action.
Oh, right, yes.
So I'll aim for the one that's on Mashuda right now.
Okay. Oh wait, what
Oh, wait.
spellcasting?
What did I do?
It's the bonus action spellcasting. You may use your bonus action on your turn to cast the leveled spell. You can only cast a Yep, okay, so you're good. Sorry. Just wanted to double check. The 16 hit. Oh, you hit the plus sign, that's why. 14 points of fire damage. Okay. The creature gets a nice flaming shotgun shell to the butt, essentially. That yelps in pain.
And that is it.
Okay. The barbarian, having seen, he noticed out of the corner of his eye that you had cast a spell, and heard Emma's coughing, and he looked at her, seeing that she's relatively stable. He's going to, because there are technically still two corpses of these monsters here and here, so he is going to very acrobatically hop over creatures. He's gonna stand next to Straight and his Moorbounder, and he's gonna let loose with what he does best and punch the crap out of some monsters. More terrible damage rolls, but he has pretty high modifiers. Okay. Okay.
At least hit it though.
He hit it each time he hit it.
Yeah.
You notice that the creature itself is moving its head and kind of its body and ducking and weaving. It doesn't stop his hands, which had kind of transformed into almost like animalistic claws while he rages. He leaves cuts in the creature's hide, but the creature is trying to dodge it constantly, and you notice that the wounds themselves are much more shallow than you would hope. But the creature does look severely beaten up, because these things aren't that hardy, they're just a lot of them. Okay. Top of the round, it is Nameless's turn. You are way the fuck down here.
Yep, I am. Okay, I am going to use all of my lay on hands.
Hmm?
I'm gonna.
Good idea.
50 feet away from him, so
uh,
gonna have a ways to go.
You heal
then,
for 50 HP.
how? 55.
Remember, you're still hasted.
I'm gonna go after him. Which means I have one more action. And I'm going to use one of my figurines. Two of my figurines. Where are they? Yeah.
Okay.
Did it populate? Yeah. There we go. I'm going to use both of the figurine charges on my figurine. What is the like
Guardian Wolf.
command word? Do I have to set one or does it have one?
No, say that the command word is written on the bottom of the statuette of the figurines themselves, and so you're able to speak it from there with no issue. I just realized it. What is the type of? Okay, each can become. How many is there? Oh, there's two. Okay, so two guardian wolves. I don't think I had made those yet because weirdly there is no official art for a guardian wolf. I need to grab an art so I can put the token
So,
on the battlefield for you.
which part of it is a typo?
Oh, near the bottom, I forgot to change because it was based on the figurine of wondrous power, golden lions, and then I changed it to silver wolves. But I forgot. At the very end, at the last paragraph, it says lions still. Just something silly.
After gold statues
Yeah, yeah.
Guardian.
or statuettes of gold lions.
Yeah, that part was like, huh? What's going on?
Eh,
Aren't they
I thought I
wolves?
fixed it. I missed one. They are wolves. It's just I
Potato
forgot to
potato, it
change
still
them.
works.
That's not a potato situation. That's an apple and orange situation.
That's not even an apple and orange situation. It's like, uh, find the age of the seller situation off of his
Ah, you
fruits.
did have the art. Okay.
Just fire at Patterson.
Give me just a second while I try to get this last one. And sign. Update. Ooh, I don't know if that worked. Try that again. Image change. This one, select update. Okay, that should work now. And you're summoning them next to you.
Yes,
Where are you? You're so tiny.
I'm here. Down here with one of these wolf creatures.
Ah, there you are. Okay. So you want one like up here? You want one right here?
Yeah, I wanted one to
You
each side
watch.
of me.
So everyone, you hear the sound of wolves howling as Lou speaks a command word, and you feel cold chill emanating from the figurines, pushing itself through your fingertips up your forearm a bit. Not painfully cold. It's almost like dipping your hand in a river or a lake. It's cold, pleasant, just on the very edge of between pleasant and not pleasant. The figurines themselves turn into silver lights that shoot off of the pedestal and land. And you see these massive wolves
Mm,
as the figurines balloon in size to become guardian wolves, which are huge creatures.
damn.
Let's see.
I don't have a problem with my moorbounder.
It understands your language as obeys your spoken commands. So it does not take an action to command it. So I'm assuming you want them to, all the crap out of this thing. So I think you're kind of in the way of one of them.
Before I do that, I'm gonna use the Toll of the Dead. So I I have my shield and take my sword and hit it 3 times, and every time the bell
You use
tolls,
your action to
I use my action
age,
to
action to summon the wolves
summon
themselves.
wolves and lay on hands. So no leveled spells.
Alrighty. Let's let it rip as the guardian wolves are going to rush in and they're going to make one bite, one claw. Actually, just made you the owner of the stat block. Go ahead and make this one up here make a bite and claw attack. The other one can command because it's currently can't get closer because you're right there. So you'd be in
CR4,
the way.
nice. So they have a bite and a claw. So they have
Mhm.
how many attacks
One
do they
bite,
have?
one claw. One bite, one claw. That's it.
I don't know. Just they can do both on one turn.
No, it's one bite and one claw attack.
Okay, so just do a bite.
23 hits, 15 points of piercing damage. Has to make a strength save. It actually fails. So it is knocked prone. So the claw attack has advantage. Wait, actually, it doesn't matter. It takes more damage than it has health, and it drops as the creature bites so hard on the neck of the wolf. Your guardian wolf bites the creature on the neck so hard that you hear a sickening crunch as its bones are destroyed. Then the head suddenly gets ripped off, and you are covered in a shower of blood.
Nice. And the other one that is on behind me,
Mhm.
he what is their movement? Oh, 60 feet, nice. They are going to go here, back to
You can move
this,
it because I made you the
to,
owner of
yeah,
the sheet. Yeah,
they go back up there.
massive wolf.
Also, this one didn't move, so I
It has not
assume,
moved yet, and it still has one attack.
okay, then
It's a claw
this
attack. So
is
yeah,
gonna
you can make a
move
claw attack. That one.
and do a claw attack. 12
12
doesn't
just
hit.
barely misses. The creature kind of ducks under the massive paw, which over its head. The other wolf still has one bite and one claw. One
Alright,
attack.
I'm gonna call them Gene and Jean.
Yin and Jin.
Yes. A bite and a claw.
The bite would miss, but the claw would hit. And which one is it attacking?
This one.
15 points of. It should be slashing damage because it's not really, piercing it with its claws. It's whatever.
There you go.
I don't know why it does that, but it's fine.
Just the
Still the same
huge paw coming down on this
Yep.
motherfucker's head.
The massive rents across its flesh and hide. Okay. Okay. Emma's turn as she lays there on her stomach and looks over towards Siotha. I'm just gonna roll her head towards her. And just kind of gives you a very weak thumbs up. The arm flops down and she reaches her left arm into a pouch by her waist and she downs a potion of healing. Which would be enough to get her pretty healthy.
You know what just came to my mind? Remember the
Hmm.
old Monster Hunter games where whenever
Mm.
you used a potion, your character just flexes? That came to my mind with Emma and taking
Right.
his potion. Like, he takes the potion and goes to full HP and just flexes. Yeah, I'm back.
And then immediately gets like flung across the entire map.
Dies again. This time for
Goes
real.
into ragdoll.
Ragdoll physics
Alrighty.
on.
Is now. Yeah, she's gonna drink the potion and she's gonna chill there for a second because she is in pain. It is Straight's turn. You and your Moorbounder get to move. The creature in front of you is pretty beat up.
Let's see. I would like to attack the one in front of us. My laptop would work with me real quick.
Never.
On tech. I know you've had it in for me this whole time, but let's go. Here we go.
You can do this.
Was wondering why.
Alright, against the one in front of us.
Fuck him up. Yeah. 18.
Yeah, and then how many times did I hit him before? Because of the necrotic damage?
Enough times that new wounds open up on its body like it has a terrible case of the plague and it just dies.
Nice, I didn't even have to do my last one.
Still have
Alright,
movement,
and then...
and there's still one creature literally on Siotha's rug, which you now notice as the creature immediately in front of you had fallen to the ground. You see Siotha being under attack by another creature.
Yo,
Where
is your character? I just see your mobile.
It's under the Moorbounder. It's one of the things that Foundry does, which gets pretty silly.
He's getting crushed by it, Moorbounder.
Hello.
Nah.
Let's see, but no, I'll have my Moorbounder, or actually, is the one that's attacking Mishuda, is that on her flying carpet?
It's 20 feet up. Yep, it is 20
Okay.
feet in the air.
Let's see.
There you go. Just to illustrate that they are sharing a space.
Gotcha. Wondering if I should have my Moorbounder try and leap onto it and try to like grab hold of it.
I
rip
think
down.
it could. It might.
Yeah.
Jump and bite his tail or something.
Yeah, the high jump is up to 20 feet, so...
Do it.
Do it.
Boing.
Yeah,
Your
standing
best
leap,
Mario impression.
and then... do you want me to use my claws for attack
Mm-hmm.
and grab hold and rip it off?
Yep. Your Moorbounder fucking goes way up high in the air, and right at it, like kind of does that low pitched growl. You're used to it as a feline creature, and it's loud enough that it makes the creature on Meshuda's carpet look to the side, just in time for a massive Moorbounder claw to go striking it across the face so hard that you see one of the some of the skull caves in slightly, and the eye itself gets torn out of its socket. The massive claws just across its face.
Hardest bitch slap of history.
Will
The
have
cat
the
would do it
creature
too.
make a strength. Aha! It fails. The bitch slapped so hard it did get knocked off the carpet and it kind of poof onto the roof of the carriage over here. And it is yelping in pain as it's bleeding from its eye socket.
I won't have to worry about that for long.
Beep, it's your turn. Still have an attack, I think, Eric.
Yeah, you still have an attack.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to. My computer's still being a little. On.
Just shove your
Work with me.
sword into his face.
Stop being like the rest of my fucking friends, or also somehow my sons, and let's fucking do this shit already.
As you're falling and the creature's falling off of the carpet, you manage to get a glancing blow on its hindquarters. So you hit it, managed to hit its AC and everything. It's just didn't
Not
manage
that
to leave a
great.
big cut.
Didn't
It's a
work
very
that well.
glancing wound. It was literally as your Moorbounder was already falling and the other creature was already kind of flying to the side. You managed to cut it on the hindquarters, but
Lancing blow.
not
Yeah.
as deep as you'd like. Yeah. So brings us to Meshuda's turn. Nick, are you back? He's not back
Doesn't
yet.
look like it.
I mean,
He's still
I was
He's in the
wondering.
RP.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
here.
there he is.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
he
Welcome
does.
back. You just came back in time for your turn. The creature was on your carpet. Straight's Moorbounder did a mighty leap and bitch slapped it off the carpet entirely.
Thank you.
And lose
Judah
some
says to him. Alright, and okay. So I'm gonna wait, where'd the other one go? It was by my homunculus.
Oh, that one got killed.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna call my homunculus back over to me.
It's here.
And I'm just gonna call it onto the carpet with me.
It flies up.
Why is my mouse not working? Okay. Alright, so move you here.
There you go.
And I'm gonna channel magic through my homunculus. Cast Cure Wounds on myself.
You're gonna. Okay, that's silly. I like it.
Never get to channel magic, so I might as well.
Right.
You
Go
do
ahead and
you.
roll cure wounds. Roll cure wounds.
Did it work?
This
I
guy that
pressed it,
is
okay.
here is alive still.
It's still going.
Alright, so I
Wow.
heal for 12. Yeah, my homunculus runs over to me and I heal for
Damn.
12.
That's a good roll. Next roll.
Homunculus.
Alrighty.
Okay, and then my Eldritch Cannon.
Eldritch cannons. Pew pew.
Eldritch
Eldritch
blast.
They look like,
Blast.
blast.
Eldritch Blast. No, we don't have a Warlock on our team, sadly.
Eldritch blast. You don't have to be a warlock to know Eldritch blast. It's a feat
yeah,
for
but
that.
there's very few who know Eldritch Blast.
There's a feat for everything.
There's a feat for that.
Wait, sorry, hang on. So what
Eldritch
will I
Blast is
roll an
the
Arcana check to
I
hit?
should have had to go to learn it.
Oh yes, because that's the best way for your. Because
20.
it does. Okay, so
And that
1d20
20.
plus 4 plus. It's a dirty 20. Hold on, let me. Because you're proficient in Arcana, so it should do the thing.
The
So a 20
dirtiest
to
20
hit.
I have seen.
Hit and roll. Crap. Was it 1d8 or 2d8?
2.
2d8. Okay, yeah. Eldritch Cannon is 2d8. Yes, it's
You're
2d8.
clicking the 2d8. Why is the button not working? Hang on.
Give it a second. Click it too many times, probably gonna roll 100 of them. Damage. Yeah,
Or
I've
just
seen it
skip
happen.
that.
2d8.
And the creature gets 5 feet backwards, which is enough to push it off the roof of the carriage and automatically falls to the ground.
Did it fall on top
It
of the other
will.
one?
That'd be funny.
It would be funny.
Roll
That's
for
why
it. Roll for
Yes,
it.
please.
Hold on, it's gonna make a dexterity saving throw, which it fails miserably, and it's going to take another 5 points of damage from the fall. And the creature it falls on top of is gonna make a
Aren't those
strength
spikes like
save,
sharp?
and
They just
it
impale
succeeds on the
each
save.
other.
So that one takes no. That would be funny.
It's like
That one takes.
two
The second one takes no damage. The
porcupines
first
on top of each other.
one. That is just very sad.
Yeah, that'd be
Or ouch.
brutal.
Or ouch mouse. Okay. It's the turn for the wolf creature that was for the one that got pushed off the cart, and it's going to stand up slowly and shakily. It's gonna crash the fuck out of there. Nope. Nope,
Opportunity.
right out of the
Does
map.
my wolf get opportunity attack?
Nope, it was over here.
No, but in general, does it
There's
have opportunity attack?
Nope. What? No, it gets an opportunity as long as creature is within melee is within 5 feet of you and leaves that 5 feet of the token. Then you can have an opportunity attack.
Does it have range? But it's not range.
It does, but
Reach.
specifically, opportunity attacks have to be within 5 feet of you unless you have a class feature that says otherwise. Like
Because I thought large things sometimes had reach, and so like their melee range was 10
they
feet.
do. So creatures that are huge
Yeah.
usually have a reach of 10 feet. Creatures that are gargantuan have a range of 15 to 20 feet. But specifically, opportunity attack is only when a creature leaves 5 feet of you, unless you have Polar Master, Polar Master, I think Tunnel Fighter fighting style, and or you're a Cavalier fighter. That's the only time when your opportunity attack range is bigger than 5 feet.
Wait a minute, I just realized, where is Lou?
Down
He's
here.
He's down south.
He ran away?
Oh, he's
He's
just
been
down
killing
south
off
of the map.
creatures.
No, I was killing someone.
He's
You should
killing
still
this
have haste, right?
Yes,
Or
I
no?
was haste. This
How
guy
long does that last
didn't
for?
take one of the moorbenders, right?
Oh, it did. The moorbounder's right here.
The one that just escaped. It fell from the
Oh,
roof.
that one? No, it's extremely injured. It is far too concerned with getting out of
Okay.
there than anything
then,
else.
Then it's fine. Let
It
this
fought,
go.
now it's flight.
As the sounds of fighting die down just a little bit, Alteron peeks his head out of the doorway. He sees that most of them that the monsters aren't nearby, and he kind of tentatively steps onto the stairs. Just kind of looks around.
Haltron,
The,
get back!
Fighting marks.
Get back
It's
here!
behind you. It's behind you, you spineless coward. This creature over here is going to do a stupid, and it's going to try to run directly in between the two wolves.
Two opportunities.
As it
Does that make sense?
As it gets over here, it tries to quickly dash through, get opportunity. Both of them get an opportunity attack.
I want both of them to hit, so it's like two paws bitch slapping the shit out of this motherfucker.
Right?
Claw. And claw. 22 and 25.
Well, because it was here when the opportunity attack got triggered, so I guess that would qualify for pack tactics. So,
Yes.
nat 20 and a 25. So, it both of the creature bounds in between the two guardian wolves, lands on the other side, and takes a single bounding, like a half leap. And then you just watch as two absolutely massive wolf paws and crush the entire back half of this creature into meat paste, and it dies pitifully under their paws. And the other one,
Don't be
which
stupid.
is, it instantly sees the meat paste and dashes the fuck out of there.
His comrade.
It's like, oh, okay, I'm out. Bye.
Bye.
And it dashes the heck out of there.
For some
Can
reason, I get to see
do
it
I
as
get
a,
another
like, South
opportunity
Park.
attack?
It's only one.
One
Those
per.
creatures only have one each. They only have one each, and they both
alright.
use theirs to kill the other creatures. So 2 of these wolf things got away.
So it was like either this, the back half of the wolf is gone, or have you seen that move that they do in like fighting games or something? That one of them goes for the leg, the other one goes for the head, something like that.
Fatality. With that, combat ends. Finally.
Nice.
If we go over and inspect the moorbounders, are they like dead, gone, or is there any chance of healing them?
So let me reveal the moorbounders specifically. There is actually this one is also. Where's that stupid thing? That one. So there are 2 that are dead. The other ones are mostly dead, but they can be revived. But there are 2 very dead moorbounders.
So I will rush to this one and this one here. As I do, I shout out to Mishuda to get the other one. I have this one, and I am going to cast Revivify.
Oh,
It costs a lot of money.
it costs a lot of money.
I have a lot of diamonds, so never mind.
This is true. I do have a lot of diamonds from Director from the loot sheet. So let me
Cast Spare the Dying on the 2 that aren't dead yet.
Yeah, let me grab the loot sheet. Okay,
Wait,
so
is it my turn yet?
Oh, Ryan, combat is over now. Oh, actually,
combat is over, so
end combat.
So where's the other one?
He's referring to this one with the. I think you can see the skull icon when I mark
Yeah,
something.
but which one is he?
Yeah.
So yeah. So let's see, Lou. If you
So
want
he's there.
to
Okay,
cast
sorry.
Revivify
I have a diamond.
on wolves, I know there's
Just
diamonds.
straight moorbound?
No, I have a diamond on my inventory.
You do.
I believe
That's
I
right.
do too.
Yeah, a diamond worth
I have
300
some
gold.
extra diamonds if y'all need them.
I remember specifying this one as a
Actually, wait, I don't. I look over at
Revivify
Toyota
diamond.
on my magic carpet. Hey, Toyota, can I borrow one of those?
What are you casting? If Revivify, you need 3 of them.
You need
For Revivify,
300
I need
gold.
one.
You have a diamond specifically worth 300 gold in
Yeah.
your consumables sheet, so you can delete that one, and
Yeah, I'll give
more boundaries brought back to
Sarah,
life.
my 3 spellcasting diamonds, each worth 100.
So
So
you
I
need
have it
3
in my
of
need
them.
all of
inventory.
those, is what you're saying. Okay.
That's what. If you're casting Revivify, you might have a different spell you're casting. Are you casting Revivify?
If I use restoration, that doesn't bring it back to life, does it?
No.
Restoration?
No, it cures it if it's sick.
Oh, lesser restoration, yeah, that's only status effects. You need to cast Revivify.
Or
Okay.
something better.
I don't think I have any crystals actually.
So I'll give mine to Mishida.
Okay, mark that off your character sheet, and Meshula, you can now cast Revivify on the Moorbounder.
No, never mind. I found it.
Give me them back.
Trying so they put it back.
Oh, my sparklies.
Write that down. Write that down.
Bestie. So how do I do you get it off my character sheet or do I?
You take it off your character sheet and cast the spell. The barbarian dwarf Gonna, as you're doing this, busies himself by grabbing all the corpses of the weird wolf-like creatures and taking them to a reasonably far corner. This Moorbounder is now alive. Yay!
After I do my ritual and bring back that Moorbander, I am going to help the barbarian.
I'll say that the mostly dead but still barely alive ones that Siotha had spared are gonna kind of be put in a different corner, just for the sake of me messing around with all the tokens, because
Let's
there's a lot.
see. Can I use 2 potions of healing, one for myself and one for my Moorbounder?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on myself again?
Before everyone's doing that, I would like to round everyone up and cast Mass Cure Runes on anyone who's injured.
Oh yes, please.
Yay!
Okay.
That would be everybody.
The barbarian is reasonably injured, but he doesn't seem very
Fly
bothered by
over
And
it.
if
my
you want to hit
magic carpet.
Emma,
She's full.
okay. Anyone who's
She's
sick, the first
She's
6 people who
alive.
put their hands, I'll
70.
heal.
So we're all here.
Well, that'd be me and my Moorbounder.
Thanks.
So I get healed for 15, or does she have to cast it on each one of us?
So you heal 15. All targets heal the same amount for Mass Cure Wounds. It's a very nice spell to have.
Yes, it is. Where are we putting the corpses? Because my walls also help.
Not back to
It will
full yet.
dissipate within an hour's time and turn back into figurines. And then, by the words of the figurines of Wondrous Power, once
It
the
said
wolves
7
have gone
days.
back to, you gotta wait a week before you can summon them again.
Yeah, I was wondering what's up with that, but now that I see their stats, yeah, that's fair.
There's a reason.
They are very useful creatures to have, especially these ones.
I thought they
Yeah,
did like one thing.
I
Just
They
look
were
at
wasn't.
the.
at the start of combat. That would
I'd like to
have been it.
remind you. I would like to remind you all, as I have finished, I believe, gathering all the dead creatures in this corner. Here's how big they all are. Here's how big the biggest one is. Is the wolf.
Damn, way
It's as big
Yo,
as the wolf.
It's as big as the weird pack leader thing.
Where did we
This
get
is
these giant wolves?
big as the alpha creature.
didn't
Those 2 wolves are from Blue's statues.
yeah, that is from my figurines. Didn't Sioda, not Sioda, Mishuda, didn't Mishuda also take like figurines, or what? Was I the only one?
Which figurines?
We kept
Or
track of everything that we bought from them. It should be in the
Did.
Discord.
You mean
was
you
it?
mean like all of the
Whoops,
like
my bad. I don't know
you
why
mean
that
like
keeps
items
fucking
and
popping
stuff
up.
that we added to our inventory?
No.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that was bought from the merchants in bulk. I don't know
You
who
mean like the
got what
You
cane? You mean like
specifically.
the cane heads
yeah.
and things?
You
Yeah,
you
yeah.
owed Lou 25,000 for the flying carpet. That's one thing.
There
Uh,
you go.
the
I put it back at the
Correction, we
bottom of the
owe
Discord.
Lou's dad $25,000 for the carpet.
so
Yep.
yeah, I am the one
Thank you, Omnia.
that's supposed to
Wait, what did your dad
pay for it.
say?
His dad's not here.
He's not
His
here.
dad's on the other side of the continent in Celestina, and he's going to be
Literally.
woken up one day with a terrible IOU.
A massive headache that has been living for about 50 years.
Sounds legit.
I mean, he has tortured me. Now it's my turn to torture him a bit.
I wouldn't so much call it torture. That could be taken out of context real quick.
Especially with this party. Please don't.
So
What?
I was just wondering, did Mashuda take figurines too, or was I the only one? Because I remember
We have two. I don't know who got the second one. I thought Mashuda got the second one. He either got
Yeah,
the
the
handle
cane-
or one of the canes. I don't know what the canes do.
I
Cane heads,
got a
yeah.
handle and a cane head.
He took 2 cane heads.
I took one cane head.
Actually, I think Lou's cane head is the figurine. Wait,
Yeah,
done it. Hold on.
that's
Yeah,
No,
the.
but the handles for the figurines.
Yeah.
Like, the
Blue
yeah,
got
that's
a
what it
cane head.
was.
I got a cane head.
Yeah.
I got a handle.
And 2 cane heads, because I remember fixing those cane heads to your staff. Each side of your staff has like 1 cane head. So you have.
No. I only did get one cane head.
Yes. Possibly.
I
I
don't
wrote
know.
it down. Remember,
Time
it's
for
in
more
the
bookkeeping.
what do
Yeah.
the cane heads do though?
The cane heads are
It's
the
just a,
figurines that turn into
No,
the
I
Yeah, the
meant like
heads.
figurines.
what are the handles then?
Those are the damage. They do additional damage. So Lou put on his short sword of life stealing a lightning handle, basically. Put it crudely. That adds a D8 of lightning damage every time he hits something
wait,
with the
what
sword.
does the purple handle do?
The purple one did you get the purple one? Who got the purple one?
I did.
No, he did.
Straight did?
Mhm.
You did. Who did?
Straight.
I did.
Wait, what?
No,
I remember
What?
Straight getting it. Straight
Nick.
should have gotten it, but I thought Nick got
Nick
it.
Nick
got the
got it.
purple
Okay.
one. I got the lightning one, and
Nick.
Nick
So Meshuda
the
got the
Strays
purple
got
one.
another one.
You
The
have to
purple one too.
purple one. Which weapon of yours are you putting the purple handle on?
My sickle.
Purple weapon handle on your sickle. Okay.
I
Purple
got one of
one.
the handles? Okay, that's news to me.
No, you didn't. There's
Straight the
only you
handle.
bought 2 handles and you bought 3 canes, and the
Yeah, I was about to
canes
say.
serve cane heads
Why is Straight not
serve
getting a handle? Mashuda's ranged. He doesn't need a
because
handle.
straight already has a handle on things.
He's the
Yeah.
adult. He's a fucking adult.
Being younger than the 50-year-old dwarf. But
Dwarf.
yeah, we'll go with that. And then we don't know how old Siota is, or at least I don't remember.
Meshuda, your handle that you put
hasn't
on
been
your sickle
hasn't came
deal
up yet.
whenever you hit a creature with your sickle, as long as it has the purple weapon handle, it will deal an extra D8 of acid damage per hit.
Oh wait, did the cane heads do anything?
The cane heads are the figurines.
They're the ones that summon stuff.
Wait, so I got a giant owl?
Did you get the owl one? I don't remember anymore.
Yeah,
It's been a
I
couple
picked
of
the owl.
weeks.
Ruh-roh.
Do you want me to
I wrote
check?
it down for
Like,
me
so
and for
excuse we
you.
don't remember.
Do
Yep,
you
there was
want
a
me
wolf
to
owl
check
bear.
because there is like a
No,
video
I
check?
have it.
Wait a minute, didn't
I
Nameless
have
get
it.
the
I
dragon?
have
He can summon a dragon?
No.
No. Get out of
No,
here.
none of them
I
summon a dragon.
I
Oh,
specifically
he got
asked
that
their
focus.
yeah.
When you went through the shit, yes,
I
there's a lot of
specifically
stuff.
asked them if there is like anything with dragon or wolf theme. He said
Just
there
dwarf.
isn't any dragon themed, but there
Mhm.
is the wolf theme. Then I
Oh, so
took the
he got the
wolf.
wolf. Okay.
Yes.
Every time
Right?
something
Somebody has
like
the
this
bear. I
comes
thought he
up,
also. We bought the bear, but I don't think anyone's like assigned to it.
Yeah. No one took the bear. We have a wolf and a bear handle.
I
Cane
feel like
hilt, sorry.
Straight should take the bear.
anyone want the bear?
Huh?
Ah?
And the weapon
Does it
handles
require
are
attunement?
I don't deal with this shit.
lightning, acid. Okay.
It requires
I'm a
attunement,
lazy
right?
fighter.
The
What requires
bear
attunement?
thing? The
The
figurine
figurines
bear?
of wondrous power do not require attunement.
Oh.
It's just that when you summon them, they only last for an hour or so, and then you can't use them for another week afterwards.
Do
I'm
you
willing to
want
take the
them?
bear unless Straight wants it.
Do you want to see that? Do you want
I
it?
feel like the person who summons creatures might
I'm
get the
already
most use out of an item that summons creatures.
I'm already used to having a whole bunch of different like pages for animals I'm summoning.
That's another one.
I have like 4 things I can summon now.
I think
That
Sioda
means
with
I don't have to do
yeah,
anything.
I say we give it to Sioda because she's gonna have the most use for it.
Oh
I don't want
boy.
to owe you or your dad money though.
No,
Can straight summon
these
anything?
were like 500 each, I think.
Can straight
Yeah.
summon anything though?
He's just a fighter.
Yeah.
So you
I'm,
should
Spider-Man.
get
I'm
the
gonna look at you and
handle.
be like, what?
It's like, huh?
Let's just give me if you're really that like worried about it, you can just give me 500 whenever you have 500 gold, and we call it a day.
Alright.
Okay, I just give the bear one to the Sioda.
If you told me to try and summon something, look at Discord real quick.
What is in there?
That is exactly what a fighter would do. Like, what is this thing?
What?
There's no way to add it.
I'd be very
So wait,
confused.
what subclass are you?
Me?
The fighter.
I'm a fighter.
No,
What's your subclass?
subclass. He
Mishida
wants
asks in character.
subclass.
Oh, don't ask that in character.
What are
I
you?
think you're a battle master, right?
Fucking guard.
How do you identify?
Do your
As
As
a
pronouns.
a battle
fucking
master.
threat. I identify as a fucking threat.
I think the
What's in
party
your
as a whole
pants?
just identifies as a disaster.
As a menace.
Ah.
It's a
As a
disaster.
menace to society.
Yes.
Well,
Anyways.
certain members of this group, possibly.
Alright, you finished fighting the creatures,
You still don't know.
and the barbarian is going around and drags the creatures towards the far corner, and will ask you, Lou, if the giant, massive wolves of murdering things would like to help me cut open these creatures and harvest the hides.
I just
I
realized I
mean,
have a giant owl and a flying carpet.
owl? What's going on?
Just answer the question first
Never mind. Go ahead,
before
Lou.
you get
Sorry.
too confused.
I mean, that was a bear, and I gave it Sioda, so I don't know what are you talking about.
Moving on.
Uh, so the barbarian. Uh, yeah, these guys can help, but are you sure about these guys? Because their claws might not be the best tool for
One of
hiding
them
these
kind of
things.
one
No
of
offense.
the one of your guardian wolves adds over to the creature and picks up its claw, puts it near the spine, punctures it with almost no effort, and drags its claw down and neatly separates the creature's spine from the rest of its body.
I stand corrected.
Considered it.
Yeah,
That's having
if these guys
Considered it.
can wanna help, go nuts.
They will proceed to make very quick work of cutting the spine off, which damages a bit of the, which doesn't damage much of the hide. It removes the spines on the spine, if that makes any sense. And they will, as the barbarian does his thing, he will also go about tearing off the individual sharp spines on top of the that was on the creature's backs. And as he finishes taking off those sharp pieces, he'll throw the actual vertebrae towards the wolves, and they will gladly crunch them in their jaws as they eat, quite happily.
Yeah, I will help the barbarian, and every time one of the wolves just goes about and skins one of these wolves, I just take the incision that they made and fully they skin the wolves. And you said he threw the spine at the wolves.
And they are eating the spines,
Okay,
not the not the thin little weird-looking spines, like the actual spine vertebrae.
yeah. I was just about to say if I want to give them the spine, then you did that. We are in the same wavelength somehow. And yeah, you're just deskinning these guys and taking the metal sharp claws and anything of value.
Sounds good.
And don't forget about the big guy. The big guy.
Oh, yes. This one, actually, the wolves aren't able to cut through as easily. Even they struggle a bit, which you remember when you had to stick your entire sword into a small gap in the creature's skin, and you still were unable to separate it. These guardian
Oh,
wolves are also struggling a lot with this, to the point where they actually kind of almost shrug, not quite, add over and start to one bites the top of the creature's jaw, the other bites the lower part of the creature's jaw, dodging all the sharp teeth, and then they pull apart and rip the creature's jaw off of its body, which manages to tear some of the skin into a long strip along its underbelly. And the barbarian's just, well, a bit messier than I expected, but do.
yeah,
And he
that's
starts getting
the
the skin
reason.
off.
Yeah, that's the reason I said they might have a problem with it. Because last time we just all ganged up on this motherfucker, but we couldn't get the skin off of it.
Well, whatever this thing is, it's certainly got a tough skin. He takes a dagger and he just kind of rubs it along the actual length of hide in his hand. He tries to cut it and he tries to stab into it, and the skin just doesn't budge. He's, no, this would probably make some pretty damn good leather armor.
Yeah,
Your shields.
second
Got
that.
some good shit.
Damn good.
I mean,
Not just good.
it's
We
a
It's
say
damn good.
leather.
it's a wonder we managed to kill these things.
It's damn
Stop.
good.
Cease and desist.
Cease and disease. Yeah, good times. Good times. Okay, what do
Damn
we
good.
get from these motherfuckers after we are done?
So many things. Someone gonna add to the loot sheet? Can you add to the loot sheet? I know sometimes doing
I
that
think
kind of
only
has
you
issues.
can.
I believe so.
On configure. Oh, okay. I did. Okay, I had set it to everyone's an observer, not an owner. Okay. Let me add some stuff. So you have
Yay! New loot.
more loots.
More
So that
loot.
is 1, 2, 3. Actually, roll me. Who wants to do some rolls for me?
Me.
Depends. What
Do
we
it.
want.
I'll do it unquestioned. I don't
I
care.
did it first. I said
Oh,
first.
Sioda, roll a d100.
Yeah, I said it
Actually, no, no,
first.
no. Sioda, roll 3 d100s.
Jesus.
No, no, no!
Meshuda, you can roll.
Oh wait, the second one I failed. I messed up.
Huh?
There
Meshuda,
we
you
go.
can roll 1 d1. No, you can roll 2. Uh, roll 2, Meshuda. Blue
No.
rolls 1, and straight
It
rolls
works.
1.
55, 58.
Getting some probabilities in this house.
Nick, you have to do them separately. You can't do
Thing,
That's
them.
fine. It's
No, you
fine.
can
I
do it.
can
players,
You can
see.
do
the
it together.
players thing won't let me do it.
No, it's fine because if you click the actual result, it'll pull up a little thing
Yeah,
that'll show you the actual
58, 55,
13 was
58.
55,
Yeah.
58.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
which Lou and Method. Cool. Okay, okay, okay.
Do you
Pretty
want
good, all
me
things considered.
to do a D100 for you, or
No, you
Yes.
question too much.
how many?
um.
This is one. Do you want
Okay.
another
Yeah,
one?
that's one. Just one's fine, and then I will roll the last 2.
Behind closed doors.
Exactly.
You never know.
I got a 46 and a 66.
Nice.
So all together, you have only one ruined hide. thankfully, as from the smaller monstrosities. From the smaller monstrosities, there's only one ruined hide. From the rest of the hold on, so one ruined definitely. Two of them, no, three of them are under 50, so three of them are damaged.
What that 4 got us? I'm curious
Wait,
by
wouldn't that
that.
be like survivor rolls rather than probability?
I'm doing probability because there was a lot of fighting, and if you guys want to in the future ensure you have perfectly preserved creature hides, either figure out a way to kill something without hitting it physically, or figure out how to hit it physically without actually causing exterior damage.
Can
Makes
we
no
just
sense.
hit the
Oh, that's a
head?
shame.
Can't we
Get bludgeoning weapons, break the bones.
can't we just hit the head?
Damn shame.
Because if I remember correctly, they cut at the neck down for
Yes.
getting the high.
Yeah. One. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3 damaged. Okay, and that's still gonna get you a decent. Um, like maybe. Nope, that's too much. Okay, and finally. Actually, no, not finally. You actually have two. I would qualify as almost perfect, and 1, 2, 3, 4 that are in very good condition.
What about the big guy? Did we get any
I
hide off
haven't
him?
gotten to that one yet. I haven't
Oh,
gotten to that yet. I still need to.
I'm jumping up,
So.
jumping ahead.
Alright,
If it
1,
gets
2,
relevant, I'd be casting
4.
guidance on anyone who's struggling.
Bear.
Do this.
Okay, so 4, and that'll weigh. Oh,
Ah, that's
oh,
good.
Vasquez. Unexpected. You
So you
you
just don't.
massacre, you butcher a creature for its parts, and you just find a bunch of Tabasco sauce everywhere.
Tabasco
It's
sauce.
The blood of these creatures is
Are
actually
we in
very
New
reminiscent.
Orleans?
I mean, they do kind of spew poison in a way.
Yeah, it's just the vinegar.
We
Sioda, would you like
also
to try to? Sioda, do you want to try to figure out why and how these creatures are able to spew poisonous gas?
Yeah, I think last time we tried to skin them or gut them, I was looking for whatever glands able to do that.
You can
If
try again now that you have several of them to experiment on, and the hides have been pretty much completely removed, so it's just,
Can I help her since
meat
I'm immune to poison?
organs. That would be
I'm
that
also
would be a
immune
very
to
nice
poison,
thing. You're
but
immune. I thought you
I
were
will
just
accept
resistant.
help.
Yeah, I'm gonna help her. What do I roll?
I'm not resistant. I'm immune.
So either both of you roll a separate survival check, or one of you gets advantage.
let's just say Sioda gets advantage
Oh
because
right, druids.
Ciota gets advantage.
So Sioda, you get advantage,
Am
and
I
you
allowed
can.
to cast guidance on myself, or is that
Yes, you
another?
are. It is allowed. It is officially a spell. So
I'm a
plus
willing
3
creature.
are
To my
willing.
survival,
Touch yourself.
I'm unwilling to touch myself.
That's what
Instead, I
it
want
does.
to dodge around.
Sioda, what the
18,
fuck are you doing in middle of the
21.
fucking combat?
Suddenly, Sioda is a bard, and everyone is confused.
Eh?
Everyone's yelling,
What just happened?
"Yay!"
A winning rendition of "Pull on My Motherfucking Beads" of Love.
Oh, what Sam did. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I put it in the chat
Yeah.
if you want to
I
play it.
know. I saw.
I fucking
Still
love
need to
this
see the
one.
Vox Machina series though.
Okay,
I'm
and
so
then
excited
That is
for
a
it, but I
total of
can't.
1,
21, I
2,
believe. Right? I
Yes.
can do math. Yeah.
hide, almost
I
perfect.
love that your
Um,
original roll is a 10 and it turned
It's a
into a
plus.
fucking 21.
so that'll do for the first 5 creatures. You managed to fish around in their squishy bits until you find what looks unusual considering the rest of their body. Actually, you find a couple things that are unusual considering that the rest of their body anatomy seems to be pretty standard for most quadrupedal creatures. You know, they got the lungs, they have organs where they should be, digestive system, a heart, nervous system, you see the blood, you see the bones of the rib cage. Notice two things. One, a deflated, vaguely grayish, could only be considered like a balloon, a sack, that has a very faint hint of a purplish looking liquid. And looks to be a type of rock, kind of nestled in near the creature's heart. About the size of a fist. Well, I should say a human fist, because you're a gnome, so your fist is like a child fist. So like a adult human-sized fist.
Hmm.
Nestled in, tucked in next to the heart. And it seems to be, and you see veins and arteries and stuff kind of are surrounding it, almost like it's, you know, like the body grew, like that part of the body kind of just grew around it. Almost.
From
Make
here, would
another.
I? Oh,
Go ahead, go ahead.
would I be able to determine like the way the organs are from the inside? If there's like an optimal way to penetrate the organs to breach this cavity, like for combat?
Is really nestled in there,
Mm.
both of them. So, no.
Okay.
You could
So survival.
imagine, actually, you could imagine if someone had not a spear, like a decently long, like, spear or pike, like a pole arm type thing. They got lucky and they managed to shove the weapon point when the creature had its mouth open. They'd probably be able to get lucky enough to stab the poison sac because it's located close to that airway because it kind of needs to be in order for the creature to unleash a poison breath. But it is not something that you can purposefully do. It's a luck of the draw as far as you can tell because it's in there.
All right. You said a survival check.
Yeah, so the first one you made was for the first 5 creatures. So you can also add another guidance on top of that, and I'm assuming Meshula is still helping you, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
So
Believe so.
17 this time. You already know where to look, so you find the exact same things on all the other ones. However, only a few of them actually had that kind of poison sac. The other ones in that same location, it's much smaller, almost underdeveloped. So you can tell that this is a common mutation for all of them, or whatever it is for all of them, but they don't all have a fully developed organ for it.
Is it a gender thing between the species, or if I check like the
Tell
sex of this?
considering that the skin got removed, which kind of involves some of the dangly bits, but
Okay.
poking around, it doesn't look like they have a dedicated sex. You
Mm.
don't see any reproductive organs on
What
the inside of any of these creatures.
what is that
Or on the outside.
thing that called when they are both a female and a male?
Hermaphroditic or intersex? I
Yeah,
think an
so
animal says hermaphroditic.
it had something to do with the Greek god or something. Are they like that?
They don't have either.
Am I able
Mm,
to figure out how these animals reproduce at all?
I will. Oh shit! I almost fell. I will allow you to make one more. I'll check for
and
these
also, I
little
did
creatures.
detect magic.
You did. There is no magic to detect other than what you and your party members and the caravan is in possession of. That's already magical, like all the stuff you know.
nothing coming from these creatures.
Mashuda is taking notes
Was
for her
I
research.
rolling
Team
survival or
registers.
nature for this?
Um, nature check.
with guidance on
Again, you can. Yes, you can. I will say that you do still have the help action technically from Meshida because Meshida is taking extensive notes because wildlife is kind of her thing. So you
No,
have
just
advantage
anything is
and
kind of
plus
my
3.
thing. Just researching is my thing.
25.
That's what I'm
25. That's
saying.
seriously
I
good.
mentioned this last time. So for the again for the and you probably could write this somewhere to make it easier to remember. For the purpose of your researcher feature, Meshida, you will have the most luck when it comes to looking up information for wildlife, some type of plant, some form of plant life, and materials. So like certain types of gems and rock stuff like that, like precious materials or spellcasting components. Those are the things you have the most experience researching. So those are the things you would have the easiest time finding information about. 25. There is no type of sexual reproductive organ at all. These creatures have, an exit with which they can defecate and urinate, but they don't have anything that really, it's like this is a male, this is a female. They don't have anything like that.
No, like, ability to, like, lay eggs, even.
You look, and there's no type of cavity. There is no anything resembling a uterus or nothing like that. Nothing that you can think of, no matter where you're looking in the body, other than the organs which are necessary for survival, digestive, respiratory, circulatory. There is nothing else in there.
I'm assuming
The
by
poison.
this time, Lou has taken out all of the claws and joins Sioda. And by when he sees all this commotion, he is like, uh, "Can you determine if these guys are man-made or natural? Because I think these guys are man-made, or at least modified at some point."
And I would try to carve out that gland with the poison sac gland and just try to keep it. I don't know. Does anyone have like extra jars I could put it in? Because I feel like putting it in my bag would get it
You
dirty.
have a
Actually,
portable
I think I
hole.
do.
Well,
Does
yeah, I don't
anyone
want to
have a
just put it in a
jar?
room.
I think I
Okay,
actually have
yeah.
Alteron,
Jotls.
who is a little squeamish around all the blood guts. Alteron, boy,
But yeah,
everybody says something.
Siota's like elbow
He's a little
deep in the
squeamish
carcass.
around all the guts,
Sure, has
right?
gloves. He's fine.
More than elbow deep because you're so tiny. He would
He's in
come
there
around and
raw.
kind of make a little bit of a squeamish face, and he would, I have some jars and stuff for alchemical. Not so. You can use those. And he kind of heads back towards this carriage, and he comes back out with a box full of fairly tall and reasonably wide jars with lids. And he places it down near the edge before he kind of and quickly go back to the fire to get away from the smell.
So, Lou takes the jars and helps Hyoda with it. Also, you didn't answer any of my questions. I asked you if you were capable of determining if they are man-made or modified at some point.
No one else can tell you what these things are.
No, I'm
Everyone has
asking
looks of
Sioda.
confusion.
Oh, me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sioda.
Yes, Sioda
I mean,
is like,
okay,
uh,
this is, I'm sorry. I was confused.
his upper half
Oh,
is
I thought you were
inside one
asking
of
Karma.
them. No, I was asking you, like your upper half is inside one of these things.
All up
I
in them
guess,
guts.
I guess that's why you didn't hear me the first time. I mean, this is it's obvious they have been modified at some point with their claws and the
Yep.
burns we saw last time. But are they even natural, or are they man-made, or Is it like an alchemy? Because I didn't detect any like magic from them.
I don't know. However, these things come into being, I don't think is an actual way because they're not. I don't see any way that they can reproduce right here. Um, I feel like I mean these feel living and natural creatures now. I don't know how these things are created. I've never seen anything like it.
Do you know that I look at Mishuda and say, do you know anything about the alchemy? Is it possible they are like clones? Yoo-hoo. Nicky Nick.
Yeah,
Should
sorry.
I?
You said?
Uh, are you familiar with alchemy? Is it any
Yes, I
possibility?
actually do. I actually am familiar with alchemy.
Is there any possibility these things are clones or made in
Um,
a lab or something?
what check would I make? Would I make a history check?
Um,
Bar.
Um. You would have to. I'd say make an
Arcana.
investigation and nature check.
Okay. Um,
We're determining if this is a natural thing. So you
With
need both.
guidance.
Okay.
Guidance, please.
Guidance for applies to them. So
I'm assuming I'm
only for one.
helping
So the two.
if I can.
Uh,
You're asking the question. But Siota's been trying to dissect this thing and figure out the same
So
answer.
Sioda is helping, not me.
After Tarambar, if Siota is if
If
having dissected this creature is helping at all, I don't know.
Meshula, do you want to use your flash of genius ability?
okay. What happened? Did it not work?
Answer that. Do you want to use flash of genius on this?
How many times can I use it? I'll use it.
I mean, you've already, yeah, your uses are all refreshed anyway, so it's not losing anything. Okay, what is your intelligence modifier? Is it +4? +4.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes. Oh,
and then
While they're dealing with all those carcasses, I'm just gonna walk around the caravan and see if there's any damage that I can help fix up.
not much. Just where the one creature kind of fell onto the carriage, there's a bit of a
Also,
break in
this
the
one.
wood, but other than that, it's very minor, so nothing major you have to worry about. They're more focused on the living creatures than the actual, like, structures. Okay. Shida. That is a combined, because with the one guidance and your rolls, it is a combined total of 32. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so you're specifically looking if these things are natural, right?
natural or maybe clones.
I'm asking Nick. I'm asking Nick.
Oh, right.
I'm checking like where these things came from and are they natural? Yeah.
Do you want to know?
Yes.
As you are making notes, drawing the anatomy, making the muscular structure, and the various organs, pulling out and examining the poison sac, the strange rock type thing nestled with the heart that no one's really messed with yet, and there's one for each of them. They each have one next to them. And as you kind of look at this, and as you take notes and you've seen and read about, these things are obviously these are not natural in any way, shape, or form. The structure itself of the body, the way the body does look similar to the wolf that Lou summoned and the wolves that Lou had summoned with the figurine. Just the structure of the muscles and all shape. and that's really it. These spines on the creature's backs, look at them, have a unique toughness to them that looks like bone, and it has it's stronger than bone itself. If you had noticed that as the barbarian had taken those spines off the creature's backs, um, even though he had more than enough force to snap them off from where they are connected to the spine, he'd actually tried, and instead of breaking these spines with his hands, he bent it only just a little bit. He did a slight bend to it instead. And of course, the fact that these creatures all have strange metal enhancements, I guess you could call them, on the claws to make the claws sharper. And the teeth themselves bear the appearance of bone, but there, there are some similarities to actual creatures, but for the most part, they are not natural at all.
What do I know about their origin?
You would not, because the two times you've seen things, there's doesn't ring a bell with anything you've ever encountered. The things you hear about or read about in libraries and research labs, creatures that either currently exist or creatures that are being newly discovered in the Underdark, or creatures that have existed during or before the war, but have either gone extinct or have been gone extinct either because the war caused so much destruction they all died out, or the last of them were hunted to extinction in those first years, those early years after the war, and scrambled to survive in the new wasteland.
If we look at the patterns on like each of their hides, are there like any kind of color like differential just from naturally like how they've grown? Like if they're clones and they should have the exact same markings, are there different markings on the individual ones?
You
Yeah,
mean like any
that's what.
specific patterns on the hides
Yeah.
themselves?
Yeah.
Are they identical or not?
Let me. Are all. It's it's a uniquely daunting task if you want to get real into the nitty gritty and examine every last inch of these large creatures, but just on a very basic look, they all have the exact same coloration, exact same color gradients, exact placement and size of spines, tail, teeth, and exact same little dots of coloration along the shoulder hide, right on the shoulder bits, and the exact same size and shape of those metal claw attachments.
Hmm.
We could probably
Which reminds me,
you could probably infer that way that they may be genetically identical.
Yes. But that stone. Where do you find that stone?
Stone?
Yeah, this stone thingy. He said there is like a stone shaped object
there
near
is
the
a
heart.
stone roughly the size of an adult human's fist,
Yeah.
nestled
Oh,
next to the
gland?
creature's hearts.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's
No, no,
connected
no,
to
not the
like
poison gland. Not the
Oh!
It's a
poison gland.
stone, like a
There is a
stone.
unique stone the size of a human adult's fist nestled next to each of the hearts of these creatures.
Not the
Because
Each
poison
creature's heart. My hands
yeah,
up.
because
Not the
gland. Okay.
poison
Lou
gland. It's,
doesn't
it's
know this information. I'm asking. He's asking Sioda, so he's curious about the stone.
yes.
I don't know. Uh I was about to try to cut it out. I don't know if it might
What do
explode
you
or
mean you don't know? You just took it out of this motherfucker's body.
we didn't carve it out yet.
She hasn't taken it out yet. She's left those pretty much alone.
I found where they
Oh,
are and I'm planning to take them out.
so where are
But
they?
hypothetically, if I fuck it up or if something reacts to it, it could explode. So that's why I've been waiting.
It's a
So
bomb.
It's a
It's
bomb.
the vaporous like poison gas. At least I thought it was the gland, but looking at it now, it might be a stone of some kind.
Allow me. We wanna maybe scoot back a bit, and just Lou just reaches in for the
You
stone
have the most delicate of touches.
and just rips it
It's
out.
the doctor from Despicable Me. Just, do you want to explode?
Just kick him in the foot.
Lou just
No,
reaches out
no,
for
no.
the
I
stone.
said dart gun, not fart. Oh my god, why are you so cold?
The art got the
Why are you
money.
so cold?
This is Lou when he figures out his dad is gonna. In terms of money, I have no money.
We're just quoting Despicable Me now.
Yes.
It's a
Anyways,
quotable
as you
film.
as Sioda quite literally says, "Hey, there's a weird thing here. It might be dangerous." Lou says, I got it. I'm a paladin." Stabs his sword
No, no, no.
Fucking worried.
Bare
creature's
hand.
heart.
Bare hand.
Oh, barehanded, reaches
Bare
his
hand.
little dwarven body all the way up into the guts of this creature and pulls it out of a mass of arteries and veins. And as you would expect, when you pull an object out of the fleshy bits of a creature, that follows with a cascade of blood as you pull a lot of things off. And you have a adult human-sized fist shaped, well, perfectly, almost perfectly spherical, and there's some bumps to it and variations. Rock, covered, like coated in blood. And you know how when blood uh, is exposed to air for too long, it turns black? It's covered in a black substance which looks like dry blood.
Can I clean it up? Like,
Hmm?
clean it up?
Ooh, I would also like to notice. I would also like to note that as you pull the rock out, or the rock-shaped thing out, I realize this is again covered in dried blood, and you start to slowly clean it. The moment you make a smudge, you reveal what looks like a extremely deep, dark, royal purple colored thing. You immediately sense the presence of magic. Because your detect magic, I don't think you stopped concentrating on detect magic.
No, I didn't.
Exactly. So
So
you sense the presence of magic as you start cleaning this orb.
this the orb is magical. Mm, curious. After I clean it,
Wait,
what
what school of magic? Detect magic would determine the school, right?
I
Fenny,
I think so.
Fenny,
Uh, yes. What is the school?
there is no school.
Mm.
What
There is no spoon, and there is no school.
is it?
It's just,
It's just magical,
it's just magic.
huh?
I want to give that to Mishuda to
That,
have some time with.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. After I clean it up, what does it look like? Is it just like a gem?
It is a, again, adult human fist sized, deep, deep purple. Crystalline orb of some sort. It has a little bit of a glimmer to it as the bonfire that is slowly dying down is reflecting light off of its surface. Although you notice it's very gradual at first, and you don't really notice, but as this orb is exposed to the light from either the bonfire or the moonlight above, you're not exactly sure which, or maybe something else entirely, the orb very slowly shifts color from that deep purple to a bit of a pale. No, sorry, not pale, that's the wrong word. To a similarly deep, dark blue color, almost like looking at a deep ocean.
Hmm.
A strange orb being passed around the group once again. How well this could go.
If we look at it, is it like was it connected to the blood vessels in the animal? Like it
The
needed
blood vessels actually grew around it, and as Lou had pulled it out, it caused a lot of the creature's flesh to tear and bleed because it looked like it looked it was fused almost to the skin, like the body kind of grown around it. The body had grown and around it so tightly, you ever seen pictures of like signposts, old signposts from before World War One, and there are trees there, and the trees kind of just grow around the signpost?
Yeah.
Car.
hmm.
It's basically what it
Like
looked
when
like.
like a
The
sea turtle
body
that's
itself was
had
just kind of going
yeah.
around the orbs.
Like when a sea turtle has like a fishing wire caught around its neck for like decades and it just grows around it.
So after I clean it up, I give the orb to Mishuda and go over to the big guy and fish around for where the stone supposed to be. So it's around the heart.
We also want to help him with that and
If
see if he had the same kind of gas um poison gland as the others.
But this time I'm not ripping it out. I this
I
time
would say
I
you have to
go ahead. This
time you're
but this time
not
I'm not
ripping
ripping it out. I'm
it out. You
actually
are.
uh, looking where it is. So if it has any blood vessels or any connections, anything weird other than the obvious, and
It doesn't. It was
I'm gonna
just
have you make a have you. I'm gonna have you make a strength check because this thing is massive and it's not light.
you have guidance.
yay!
And I'm trying to help him. I don't know how effective Sienna is.
No,
Not much.
Well,
this
Sienna
one.
is like strength of
Make a strength check.
14. Stronger than I wanted her to be.
Seriously?
You
That's a bit better,
kind of
I
go. You
guess.
go in, and then a few seconds later, you pull out of the creature's body, gasping and spluttering, falling into the creature. Look for a specific thing while also not smothered and suffocated by just how heavy flesh is. You're not getting advantage on this because you're not getting help on this. You're getting guidance.
Can I get help?
I should have wanted to give you help. I didn't quite.
Yeah.
Can I ask the barbarian to give me a hand and
Who's
try
covered
again?
in blood?
Yeah, I'm trying my best.
Can I ask the
As
barbarian?
you ask for help, the barbarian would go forward and he's like, I mean,
Just, just,
if you
just
want.
Tips
the,
that with a fist.
just hold it open so I don't
Um,
suffocate.
he
Thanks.
has a great axe in his hands, and he hold on, I got you. Give me a second. He grabs a great axe, and he slams it into the center of the cage, and
That's one way.
and
There's
the
many
center
ways
of the
to
rib
break
cage
things, and
open
that is
wide,
one of them.
and then he puts the great axe down, grabs underneath the hands, and he starts to lift. This is fucking heavy.
Yeah, it is.
You do not have to make a strength check this time. Do you have like a light cantrip or something?
I have
I don't think so. You're a
scorching
paladin.
fire. Think.
I produce flame.
It's sacred flame.
Just fire.
Like, no. Um. So you'd be able to crawl in and watch as he slowly crawls in until his entire body is snugly fit inside the body of this beast, And Lou, you finally at this point you're able to just barely see, because in darkness you have dim. It's treated as dim light with your dark vision. And
Mm-hmm.
right now it is dark in here, so barely to make out amongst some of the just different color rays. Okay, there is something that looks like a very something. Maybe the heart.
Hold on. Hold on.
Reach forward and just kind
I
of
have a
push
torch.
around.
Can I use
You
the
reach forward to push
torch?
around slightly. You want to reach forward to push around slightly.
Can I? I have a torch. Can I lit the torch before going?
Um,
Does it stay?
If there's enough room, I wasn't thinking there's enough room
would
for that,
stay
but
lit.
would I be able to crawl in there with him?
Stays lit. You could crawl in there with him. It stays lit, but
It's gonna
uh,
destroy the
There's
inside.
nowhere for the smoke to go.
A hot box of corpse.
So I'm trying to get my head over what the situation is. If Siona can come in and has like a light cantrip, that'd be great.
I don't, but my idea was, could I get one of the bottles that Alteron had given, take the cork off, turn it upside down, and kind of cast produce flame inside of it to kind of make a light bulb? Because I don't want to damage the surrounding tissue with fire.
that would be better than the idea of putting a massive torch in there. Lou is smoking himself inside of a tauntaun.
I thought
Yeah,
they
Seal,
smelled
you
bad on the
grab a
outside.
jar and a moment of inspiration as you. You know what? I will give you an inspiration die for that. That's some pretty good thinking.
Yay!
I was
So
about to.
yes, you are
I
able
wanted
to
to
make a
say.
small.
I wanted to say that I make it like a the orb with my sacred flame, but I saw the text and it says you cannot
No.
control it.
Yep. It's
Yeah, because
produce
this one
flame is
specifically
one of the
says I
only
can kind of use
cantrips.
it like a torch.
That is
But
enough
it
to
doesn't
notice
harm my
that there. You
equipment
see all the
either.
organs. See all the. You see all the and Lou. You see all the organs. See all they are in the right place, but they are several times bigger. The heart is
I miss.
the size of one of your torsos, and you see a black orb that is easily the size of one of your. It's actually bigger than one of your heads.
Is it
What I
in the
miss?
same place and as the other ones?
In the exact same relative position. All the organs are in the right place. The heart is in the same relative position. I mean, sorry, the orb is in the same relative position. Heart
Uh, and
I
I
fell asleep for
don't
a second. What I
detect
missed?
any magic
does
from it
not
now.
have anything resembling a poison sac. Not
And
right now, no.
uh,
See all the
Mhm.
see all that you do not see as you look around. You do not see anything resembling a poison sac
Am I able
in the
to?
creature, the huge creature.
Do I see something resembling those gems that we pulled out of the other one?
Yep, there's a massive stone. So again, the heart of this huge creature is easily bigger than Sioda's torso, and there is an orb, black orb, currently next to the heart that is bigger than Sioda's head.
how is the orb connected to the rest of the body? Is it primarily connected to the heart, or is it like connected to everything?
Just put in a, it's kind of in a cavity close to the heart, and the rest kind of like grew, the flesh there just kind of grew around it. So there are arteries and veins going over and kind of basically they're pretty much what's holding that orb in place because the body's literally like grown around it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I look at Sioda and say, "Do you want to do anything in here? If not, I'm just gonna cut out the heart and the orb."
smells fucking disgusting.
Cutting at the heart would be a survival check, right? I assume.
Oh, the heart itself. If you want the
Not the
heart
heart, not
intact,
the heart. Sorry,
yeah,
the orb thing, gem.
you could tear it out if you wanted. Like you could grab it and yank it out of there if you just wanted the orb.
I want the orb and the heart because I want to feed the heart to the wolves.
I mean, I
So
could cut out that heart for you. Probably. It's pretty big. But
I
yeah.
can help you if you.
You hear Haralda? Y'all almost done in there. This thing's a bit heavy.
Yeah, just a second, buddy.
All right.
Yeah. So let me get the heart out first, so you don't break it when you take the orb out, and
Yeah,
I
sure.
will.
Do you want to help?
Uh, yeah. Just like keep it still for me, and then I'll try to start cutting out the heart. A little
Okay.
knife.
And I just grab the heart and try to
Oh.
hold it still.
Uh, Seoda has a
58.
grand
No.
old time
Terrible.
maneuver around in this hot and moist and squishy environment to pierce out a very squishy organ, and you get a couple cuts on the heart itself, which damages it a bit.
Flash. Okay.
Uh,
There's a little as you cut the heart, and a little bit of the blood inside of it just kind of out.
uh, is it enough damage for me to yank the heart out?
If you want to make a strength check.
I'm trying to do it with minimal damage, but if it gets
So
Well, I
damaged, it
still did.
doesn't
this
I
matter.
was still
creature's
able to get it out, right? It's just damaged.
you're able to get it out, but it is
23.
pretty badly damaged. So again, the heart itself is bigger than your torso because you're both very small people. Than your torso, the fucking ventricles and aorta and all the stuff that's connected to it that leads to all the other arteries and veins are almost the thickness of your forearm. You yank this thing, and the heart itself, where the cuts were, ruptures those places and is pretty badly torn up. But
It's for dogs anyway, or whatever.
Yeah, just toss it out and then go for the gem and take the gem out.
Okay.
you hear
Okay.
massive wolves.
Stay. Not now.
And
Stay.
Then trying to cut out the orb, if possible. Or are you just gonna tear it?
you hear as they sit.
Uh, let's
That
just.
you don't even have to worry about that. You whatever you do, or
Um,
however you want to. The heart is a squishy organ. It needs to be had more care, but the orb is durable enough to stand easily tear it or cut it out. And after a few moments, you are able to come out with this massive fucking black orb that is bigger than your head.
thanks, man. You really helped us out. Looking to the barbarian.
It's like,
Oh,
Drink.
can
also, why are
I?
you barbecuing in there?
Nothing. Just needed a little bit of light, so we just put up some flames. Next time we are at a city,
Off.
drinks are on me. And after that, I'll
Could
just
I?
go ahead.
Sorry. Could I get the chance to look at this thing's brain if possible and see if it's like any bigger or more developed than the other ones? Because I assume this thing's like the alpha, so I don't know if it's actually more smart.
The wolves, well, guardian wolves, had ripped the lower jaw off the body and kind of crushed the creature's snout, but the skull is still intact. And there's still some hide there, and you know from experience that the hide is really, really, really hard to pierce through.
I gave it like a good college try, but I'm not gonna give it. Was it a strength check to get into it?
Thanks. You'd have not
Do I
advantage, but
help?
you'll have a strength check because the lower jaw torn off, so the hide isn't like on there. On there, you can wriggle it off if you did well enough. Or focused on the orb bigger than your head. It's kind of hard to see around it.
So, no help.
Okay. All right. Ah. I'm gonna get into the skull. So if he's helping me, then that's an 18.
He is not helping you.
Okay.
I'm a bit occupied at the moment.
I don't see it for some reason. Yep.
What's
So
Alteron doing, by the way? My homunculus
He
is
is
watching
staying
now.
away from the smell.
Homunculus is
Oh,
watching
he's a
him.
bit queasy.
12. And again, you do have a bonus. You do. I'm giving you a bonus because the hide isn't like super tight on there. It is very difficult. You are able to pull the hide off of the creature, and you're just left with the skull of the beast covered in its musculature, which is much easier to cut through because the hide is fucking tough. But muscle is muscle, and you're able to take a dagger or whatever and make a cut and sort of scrape it off of the creature's skull until you're able to find a soft spot, a little like a soft spot in the skull itself where you would be able to, if you wanted, put an implement for leverage to break the skull open to look at what's inside.
Yeah, I think specifically I should have like little hammers and like small poker thingies in my leatherworkers tools to make like the little holes in the leather. And I probably use like one of those to like try to get into the skull and just make enough room to where I'm not damaging the brain, but I would be able to see it
hmm
and just have a visual on it.
Definitely,
Um,
definitely.
is that a survival check or a strength or what?
Um, I'd say it kind of has to be strength because this is the skull and it's the bone of the creature, and it's gonna take a bit of time to really get in there and get the damn thing opened even a little bit.
Give myself guidance, and then I shall do. Hey, it's like 12, I think. No, yeah,
What
12.
is guidance? Guidance is it like a cantrip?
12. You're able to kind of you can get your.
Shit.
Yes, it is.
Guidance is
Mm,
broken, man.
It's fantastic. It's one of the best cantrips.
Yeah.
if you remember to use it.
You remember you. The you're able, excuse me. You're able to get the creatures implement you're using into the cracks and fractures that all creatures' souls tend to have in common, and you're able to a little bit, and you hear the bone really snaps shut again because it is very hard to break something apart. It's going to cue either a lot of time to break it without dealing any damage at all, or you're going to have to be very lucky.
I will give it another try then. Could I actually could
Okay.
I is Lou busy? Lou, do you wanna help try to cut into this thing's skull for me?
Lou hasn't done anything yet. He is currently. I'm saying he's currently a little preoccupied with the massive fucking orb bigger than his head.
I mean,
What are you gonna do with this massive orb, Lou?
I assume I have put it down at this point. I'm not gonna
So
just
did I
hold
make,
on
Okay.
into
did I
it.
make an arcana
You
check?
examine it for a while.
Did I make
Uh,
an arcana check on
No,
the
no,
thing
I
Lou
just
gave me?
need one thing
Yes, you
and
can.
one thing from the orb. When does my
Okay.
detect magic start detecting magic from the orb?
Not until you have wiped off at least a little bit of that black congealed blood.
Okay.
So
After
should
that,
The
if
moment
I
that blood is off, you're good.
The shooter could always be casting Identify as a ritual, can't it? I think Identify as a ritual.
I think so. Yes. Yes.
So when you bring the
Meshula,
spell
you
yeah,
slot
asked
but
to
to
make
use
an
this
Arcana
as
check.
a
Go ahead.
do I have to clean it off first?
the one I gave you is
the
cleaned
purple
up.
one you have is yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the one I gave you is cleaned up.
The first
Using
one.
Identify as a ritual does not use a spell slot.
No, it does not. It just takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You can't see anything magical about this orb. It's pretty, but that's kind of it.
I
It's a
can't
deep
do it
ocean
again.
blue color. You can certainly try. Nope. It seems completely unremarkable in every way.
Is
Times the
Do you
charm.
need help with
If you
skull? Because I can head over. There isn't exactly much to do in the caravan.
you are completely and utterly nope. Stop.
It just keeps
Three
rolling.
strikes.
Come on, a
Three
16
strikes.
good
You're
though.
out. 3 strikes. You're out.
And the third strike
You're
You
will
are
bring
out.
me in.
completely and utterly unable to tell anything that could possibly be magical about this item. You cannot identify. You cannot use your Arcana checks on these weird smaller orbs until after you take a long rest and refresh your mind because you've had a long day. As for the massive one, you haven't looked at that yet. You don't know if it's any different. You just know it's fucking huge.
Is
Is
the
it?
big one the same color as the small ones?
Well, the small one's blue. Is that one the other one black?
So the orbs are they're covered in black congealed blood. Once the black is congealed blood is wiped off, even in part, the orb is revealed to be a deep purple. And after it's been exposed to something, you're not sure if it's the light or maybe it's the magic you're using or something else. You've no idea how these things work because you've never seen it before. It slowly turns into a deep ocean blue coloration.
Even the
Okay, I'm gonna
big one.
The
I'm gonna
biggest one is no
go
different.
check the big one.
If we rub blood back onto it, does it return to its color?
It does actually. If you if you put the blood back on and then wait a few moments and then wipe it off, the part where the black blood was turns it purple again.
It's a
Hmm.
mood stone.
What?
It's a mood
Why
stone.
would it be a mood stone?
Moon.
It reacts to temperature.
A mood. She said
Mood.
mood.
Mood. She said mood.
Mood. Yeah. Okay. I was like moonstone reacting to the moon. That's kind of new.
Nameless. Nameless. It's a Hamoud.
So okay, so I go over. I go over to the big.
They
I go
didn't
over to
That's
get
the
your
it.
big
bad
one
joke for
now.
the day. That's your bad joke for the day.
Okay.
Go
Um,
over to the big one, I guess.
I look at
And
the Straits because he asked if we need help, and I say,
Mhm.
yes.
"Can you be so kind to take out their heart and the gem close to their heart, the small ones? I have took out the big one. Thank you."
What do I get on the big one?
I'm sorry, you
Well,
wanted
I can
me to go
try to get that.
inside the big dead creature's corpse.
Yes.
You don't. You're taller than me. You don't have to go inside. You just have to
You wouldn't
reach
have to use your
inside.
full body, but you
Yeah.
definitely have to get a lot closer than you might want to.
Yeah,
Oh
If you
boy.
don't want,
look,
you can
look
try
at
your
me.
best.
I'm just
No,
covered
like
in blood. It's nothing important. You're taller than me. It's just one hand for you.
I can
All
start cutting them
right,
up
I can
if you
certainly
want me
help.
to. Do you want to like try to get into that thing's skull for me? Because it's too hard for me. Can't figure it
Ah, right.
So which one requires help?
The big one. I wanted to open up the big one's brain and one of the smaller one's brains and just see if they're like bigger, because I'm curious and nosy.
All right.
I
What do you want me to roll?
To remember, I got a 24 for the big one. What does that give me?
You, maybe it's because of the massive size of this new specimen, you can pick up
That's what she said.
hints of some sort of
Um,
magic. Again, it doesn't have a specific signature. It doesn't have a signature denoting a specific school. It just seems to be magic, as like pure. I hesitate to say wild, but pure magic.
What
Similar to
happens
the
if I try?
soul crystals. The soul crystals. Wait, actually, did I say they have a school? I think they do.
You didn't. You said the soul gems
No, I
or
meant like
these guys?
I
The
think he's
soul
looking in his
crystal.
notes.
No, soul crystals you
No,
haven't
no,
said.
they had been identified. Well, no, when Lou had cast the thing. Um, the box of soul crystals, medium box. Yeah, no, the soul crystals don't have a school of magic either. They just had a similar, according to Lou, because I don't think you had detected magic at the time. Uh, soul crystals have a unique, non-unique magical signature, if that makes sense. This orb has a similar type of signature, but you can tell just looking at it, it is not like the soul crystals at all. The soul crystals radiate a humming, like holding it, they almost vibrate with magic. This orb has a magic in it, and the coloration is darker, way too dark to be a soul crystal. But it has a kind of something to it that seems vaguely. But that it seems like something you resonate with, not mentally, not intellectually, but just as you're holding it, the magic in your body that you have honed through years of practice as an artificer, and the magic that you employ through your magical tools. That magic, you get a similar type of feeling from this massive fucking orb.
Have you
Uh,
identified that? Lou just looks at Mishuda and say, "Have you identified the small one? Have you used identify on it?"
uh, n- no, I was prevented from that for some reason.
What do you mean?
However, that big one is interesting. Wait, Trumbar, what happens if I move them closer to each other, the orbs?
We're crossing the stream.
Yes.
The closer the orbs
Yeah.
get to each other, nothing happens until they actually touch. And when they touch, they give a gentle little clinking sound, like, gently tapping to, I'd say, crystal goblets or glass, glass,
Wine glasses.
Thank you, wine glasses. Clinking wine glasses against each other. There's a very light noise, which is a little unexpected considering these things look solid. Um, Fully solid anyway. And the glow changes just a little bit from that deep, dark ocean blue, and it takes on just at the point of connection, just the slightest hint of an almost green. It's very faint, and nothing happens other than that.
uh,
Fascinating.
Mishuda, what do you mean you couldn't? You were
No, you
prevented.
can cast Identify. It's just the Arcana checks you were making. You got 3 fails in a row. You couldn't. You
Okay,
can't
but how
Arcana
do I
check it
cast
again.
identify as a ritual?
So it would take you 10 minutes to
you just
focus and cast the spell, and it would basically happen for free. You wouldn't use a spell slot to do so. It just takes 10 minutes.
Okay, but how do I do that?
you
You
when
can
you
just
click
click.
on the spell, it'll ask you if it consumes a spell slot. Just uncheck that box.
Do the small one first, and while she is doing that, I am going to take out one of the soul gems in my portable hole and take
So we
it.
didn't keep those.
No, I actually kept those. I take one of the soul gems out of the my portable hole and take it close to the stone. If the big one, if nothing bad happens, I take it closer until it touches, or until I sense it's dangerous. Then I did take it away.
There is no reaction from the soul crystals, no matter how close you get, until they touch. And instead of that light clinking, it's a dull thunk, which you expect from knocking two solid objects together. And at the point where they're touching, the big orb, at that point of impact, turns from a dark ocean blue to a very pale blue, sky blue, almost matching the soul crystal. And the entire soul crystal, because it's like barely bigger than your hand, turns into a deep ocean blue. And when you pull the soul crystal away, it stays a deep ocean blue.
Is
Hmm.
like the
It does
air
not
like
change that.
We
ambiently
can
in
make
the
golems.
huh?
Like, what do I get for my band fire?
Clarify this for me. Would you say these gems are like if we count soul gems as a battery, these are emptied out batteries? Do I
I
get the
like that
feeling?
theory.
Do I
I
get,
like that theory.
because I have my detect magic on, yeah, the steel, so
Do you have it on?
yeah, the feeling of a full soul gem and a empty soul gem and this big gem, is it like an empty one or a full one?
Make an Arcana check with advantage, because you're actively doing this experiment. And then,
Arcana
Mishda, I will
check.
get to you after this.
Arcana
Just want to do
check.
this first.
I'd also like
Arcana,
to know
arcana,
if the
arcana.
air ambiently like in the room is like warm or like hot.
You're kind of outside right now.
Like yeah.
That's
But like the air.
16.
It's- hmm. So there's a bit of chill of nighttime mixed with a little bit of heat from the bonfire. It's not nothing's changed since before the fight, during the fight, or now. Arcana 16.
I have a question before you
You
say anything. If I use lucky, do I have to use the new one or can I
does it say
choose?
you have to use the new one? Okay.
And
Guidance.
Siotha sees you putting rocks, touching rocks together, and she's like, are you okay? And touches you on the shoulder and gives you guidance.
Uh,
Roll. Let me see lucky. Roll the lucky feat so I can read it again.
you can choose to spend. But before that, can you choose which of? Yeah, it says which one of the d20s is used.
So go ahead and make your lucky roll. So 16 or 21.
21. I take the 21 with the 2, so it's
And
Me
yep,
too.
23.
the guidance does not get doubled. It's just that 2. So 23.
Yeah, 23. And I'm out of lucky.
Now that you're looking at it, now that you're actually experimenting with it, you cannot in any possible way be described as an avid student of the arcane arts. Your magic, as I've said many times before, is very thoroughly divine in nature because it is gifted to you through your oath. As you're holding these orbs, and as you're casting detect magic, and as you're focusing on these orbs, you notice, which you haven't really noticed before, but every object that radiates magic, while pure magic itself has a single sort of feeling to it, everything around you that is magical, the items that people have, the people themselves who are spellcasters, and have like various, like even the guidance spell that was cast on you, you can feel individual subtleties that are different. It's just extremely hard for you to focus on because you are not someone who is like trained in this way. It's more of an intuition you get. And you notice that the soul crystals, the full pure ones, and these orbs, there is a difference to them. Even though they both radiate pure magic, there's a difference to them. And when you touch these together, the massive orb, which turned just a little bit sky blue at the very corner where it was touched, feels a little bit more like a normal soul crystal. And the little soul crystal in your hand that turned completely dark blue feels like like the orb did before.
So I was right. It's like a
So it
battery that.
definitely feels like a transfer of some sort.
So it's basically these things are soul gems or something close to soul gems, and they were used to create these things. And when they were created, they were like emptied out of their power. Not completely, because I can use detect magic on it, but I think so. That's my theory, at least.
Meshuda. Did Meshuda ever identify the soul crystals
Yeah, I
from the
did.
trading
Yes, he
company?
did.
Okay. So, Meshuda, you cross-reference the two in your memory, and you think about the soul crystals felt pure, and you know that their purpose, they can be used as catalysts to create and animate golems and the like. That is one of the many uses that they have. There is a unique signature to it. As you identify this massive orb, you see the similarities between the two in terms of they basically are at their purest form conduits of power, and the identify reveals that that this also basically is a conduit of magical power, their magical power. The smaller soul crystals, you remember, the best way you can describe it to yourself is it felt like they had almost like a spark of life to them. They were able that's what makes them good at animating golems. When they're used as a catalyst to animate a golem, it acts like a spark of life, almost like a substitute soul, which is why they're called soul crystals, because they can give a form of life to inanimate objects. This thing is a catalyst. There's one difference that is so subtle you would have missed it, if not for the fact that you had rolled like a 24, I think. Yep, 24. This one specifically has maybe 90% similarity to the normal soul crystals. The one difference is that where the soul crystals seem to host a spark of life, these could be said to hold something equivalent to spark of almost like a evolution. Not giving life to a creature, but taking creature's life and transforming it into something else.
Hmm.
Hang on, I wanna test something. So I take the tiny orb in my hand and I cast a cantrip with it.
Okay. What are you casting?
I'm gonna cast Sword Burst.
Okay. So you cast it on the orb itself. You cast the
I
magic.
cast it with the orb.
Yeah, like through the orb essentially.
Yeah,
And
he's
as you
using the orb as a
push,
catalyst
yeah,
or
and
focus.
you push this cantrip into this orb, and similar to how you would use your tools, because you have to use your tools as spellcasting focuses. So you was like, okay, has to be like a focus, right? You push your magic through it. There's no magic that happens around you. You know sword burst. It's literally a burst of force energy that just pushes outwards and harms things. There is no burst of energy that pushes outwards and harms things. But the little crystal in your hand, little orb in your hand, half of it lights up into a bright sky blue.
Can I have that? I just before he says
Still touching it.
before she
Nah.
says anything, I just yank it from her hand and cast Sacred Flame uh, through the crystal, just like
Strength,
what he did,
strength
what
check.
she did. Sacred Flame.
Sorry, it's gone. Much more
I
oomph
ca-
this time.
I cast Sword Burst normally.
You can cast it normally, yeah.
No,
He's
I
too
put it
far.
in I mean, I put it in the wrong place. My bad.
Come by.
Um,
Depending on
What
you,
do you want me
right?
to roll for trying to get through skull one?
Make your strength check as you start cracking this thing open, like a coconut.
Oh
You gonna
Jesus!
break it?
It's like cracking open a coconut. Not very easy.
Did he get a concussion?
Wait, is
Or
he doing
wait,
the
no.
big
What's
one
he
or the
doing?
small one?
One.
What?
Is he
Cracking
doing the
open the
big one
skull
or
on the
the small
biggest
one?
one. Big one.
Oh, oh, okay. I thought that
He's
was
headbutting it. Is what you
Okay.
I'm
just
not
said.
headbutting the damn thing. Jesus Christ! I'm not a Neanderthal.
He's butting the head.
Just because he's human. Just because he's human. Um, Lou,
Racist.
as you grab the orb, you
Bit.
push Sacred Flame through it, and again, you had the dragon touched focus, so you understand how spell focuses work. You've used it in this combat, so you're like, okay, same thing. Push it into the thing and fire, and you put a lot of force into it. The other half of the orb, which was still that dark blue, turns into a bright sky blue, and the whole thing just brightens almost imperceptibly. It does get brighter for maybe a second or two, very, very slowly. It's not like a fast thing. Very slowly increases in brightness for a couple seconds, and then it just stays at that level of brightness. Not enough to give light. Like, it's not enough to serve as like a lamp or torch or anything, but like you can tell it's glowing.
Is it the same color as a normal soul gem, soul crystal?
Make uh
I mean, I
yeah.
have another soul gem if you need it. I can just pull out one and compare the two. I'm not that
Oh,
dumb.
the orb is a little bit brighter than the soul crystal itself. Now, a little bit.
What about the detect magic? Did my detect magic change, or is it just like?
The orb feels very, very similar to the other soul crystal. But again, there is a very slight difference that is really hard to put a finger on, but you know it's like uncanny valley. It looks the same.
But it's not the
There's like
same.
something about it that doesn't seem exactly perfect.
About that one that became a deep blue. If I do the same thing on that crystal that became deep blue and push my cantrip through it, does it go back to the original color?
Roll the spell.
Can I take the small one from Lou's hand and crack it over Straight's head?
Do what?
Great head?
As you're
What
as
did
you're okay,
you
okay, okay. Are you sure you want to do this?
I don't know. I'm gonna ask Straight, like, hey, do you want to punch the small one?
I just it.
Okay.
Just you want to punch me? Just punch me. Don't.
You know, we have like a dozen others of these, and we can just carve them out, right?
Exactly.
Yes,
The
but we
big
put
one I'd
spells.
be more
Wait, no,
Yes,
delicate
no.
with.
yes, but we put
Let
spells into
Meshuda.
these.
No. Everyone's doing their nonsense thing. Meshuda, what did you want to do?
He wants to fucking
No.
punch me with a fucking
Stop.
grenade.
So I want so I'm gonna like have I'm gonna hold the orb and
Okay.
I'm gonna have Straight punch the thing.
Okay, you want straight to attack. Okay. Great. Do you want to go along and attack this vague, just dimly glowing orb that previously was a dark ocean blue color?
Also,
Want me to what again?
So I'm gonna
Oh,
take I take it from Lou. I take the small one back and I
I'm
hold
not
it.
this
gonna
is like
let
so
you.
Lou. No, Lou, you're holding a soul crystal in one hand. You're thinking, huh, let me try with the one that's already been emptied. You reach down and you stand back up, and then the little orb in your hand is gone, and this is when Meshuda is asking if Straight wants to hit it. Straight, do you want to hit the little orb that Meshuda's holding up?
Can I hit the Mishuda?
No. This is all happening at once. Do you want to hit the orb? Straight.
Mashuda, I don't exactly know what that does, or do I want to mess with things I don't understand? And that glowing orb, or at least orb that came out of these pictures, I don't want to mess with whatever it is. That is out of my jurisdiction.
Yeah, we don't know
I mean,
how fragile these things really are.
I mean, Lou's gonna
So-
hit me anyway, so
I
I'll
mean,
just
they're
block it with the
crystals,
orb.
but
Meshuda, what does Nick, what does Meshuda want to do? What is Meshuda doing right now? Or everything else, what are you doing right now?
also the dwarf barb. He's just
I'm just
standing
trying.
there.
I'm trying to convince Straight to punch this thing.
I
Oh,
would like Meshuda to roll persuasion, straight rolls insight.
I have
boy.
Do this
advantage
the
because
old-fashioned way.
Alrighty then.
I have advantage because of my
While
race.
and
all this is
gentlemen.
happening, can we say Siota like walked at least 5 feet away to start carving at the next Gorgonopsid?
Yeah, definitely.
I just want to be like 5 feet away, you
Can I
know.
have
Roll
advantage
your
on this
dice.
because
Said
of my
insight.
race? Or
No, you can. Oh, I'll think about it. Roll your
Can I?
dice. Roll your
Wow!
dice. Roll your fucking dice.
Can I
Straight.
just
Yeah.
Something tells you maybe I shouldn't mess with. You've lived long enough. You're a human. You don't live as long as everybody else in the party, but at the same time, you've had your share of shit that you've dealt with. You have survival instincts. Your survival instincts are like maybe, and your
What
head's
happens?
thinking, but your head's thinking, she is the one who kind of works with magic stuff the most, and she does a lot of the identification, and she does a lot of the research stuff. I guess if she's a scientist, and then the last part of your brain that was resisting, you go, I mean, we have two healers in the party. What could go wrong? And you grab your sword and make an attack roll. We're not using the
boy.
attack
Has
roll. We're
been a
just using
good
the damage
friend to
dice.
me.
Can I
We're
just
just rolling the damage dice.
can I
This-
just
this wasn't my
immediately
fault.
go with my shield in front of my face when he moves? Just
3.
yeah.
Yeah, you see this, and you see his sword swing down, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? And you bring your shield up, and then there's a
You get there in
sound
time?
of glass cracking, and the sword hits the orb. There's a crack along the surface of it.
And it explodes.
Wait a few seconds. Straight has his eyes closed, and he
Take
opens
effect.
one eye, and then he opens one eye, and he slowly pulls his sword back. You see a large-ish crack on that orb. Nothing seems to happen.
What was the goal?
Do it again.
What were we hoping would happen?
Roll again. Roll
Were we
inside.
hoping it exploded?
You want me to roll insight? Roll with a die?
So I just want straight to roll insight against the same persuasion roll. So 11. Nope.
Hit it
You're
again.
thinking, hey, nothing happened the first time. You're thinking nothing happened the first time. Maybe it's just gonna split in half, and that'll be the end of it. We'll just have two glowing rocks. What the fuck? Roll another
Time's a
attack.
charm, gentlemen.
Louis, no.
At this point, you put the shield down. You see over the corner of your shield is like he's swinging. He's like, no. And this time there is the sound of glass breaking as the orb snaps in half, and you almost cut into Meshuda's hand, but you managed to stop yourself at the last second. The orb is now broken in half. A couple seconds pass. Nothing happens. I need Meshuda to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
As
Good.
the
Consequences.
sky blue energy
Consequences.
inside of this orb starts to flicker.
Hey, you guys aren't the one that got
dim.
mine fucked by that earlier orb.
And then there's a strange sky blue mist starts to
Fine.
raise
Fuck
out
you.
20.
of
This
the
isn't
orb.
fair.
Fuck
You watch
you.
as the mist in the orb
I am the
slowly
dumb
starts to
fighter right now.
congeal in midair and start to slowly float towards your face. And you hold your breath, close your eyes,
Can I just
and then you
punch
feel like,
him?
almost like a nice cool mist on your face, and you all watch as Meshuda's head is surrounded by this sky blue mist-like thing. Things happening to her. Meshuda, you don't feel any discomfort. You want to make another one? Or better yet, if you made another one, would you choose to fail the saving throw? Because you can choose to fail a saving throw.
I don't want to fail a saving. What the heck? Why?
Can I make him fail
Don't
the
know.
saving
You
throw?
could
Can I
make him
just
drop,
punch
hey.
him into the like a DBZ punch? So she inhales it.
Okay, Lou goes up to behind Meshuda and kind of smacks her in the back of the head with his shield. What's wrong with you? Is that what you're gonna do?
No, like DBZ, like a god punch. That like it's a. I wanna make her go like that, like below the diaphragm.
Make a attack roll, I
Diaphragm?
guess. Diaphragm, it's a word.
Diaphragm.
Do your attack roll as you as you kind of move in front of Meshuda. You see this glowing cloud that only seems to stick around her head, and you're just like, "Fuck you."
Does he have advantage because of surprise?
Yeah. Meshuda, make a Constitution
25.
saving throw with disadvantage as you get sucker punched.
One sec. Yep.
That's a 12. That's better. That's fucking better.
Meshuda, you gasp slightly, just a little bit, and in that little instant, all of the mist, very swiftly, like a funnel, goes down your throat, and you feel a cool sensation like morning dew in your chest that spreads throughout your body. You feel good, and you all watch. Meshuda doesn't change at all. You do notice a little bit of a flicker of bluish, sky blue tinge behind your eyes. Meshuda. Hey, Meshuda.
Yo, Nicky Nick.
Yes. And what happened?
I'm sending you in the whisper.
Uh-oh.
Don't say anything.
Yes! Consequences!
Not
I don't know if
consequences,
those-
benefits, my friend, benefits.
Don't say anything. No spilling. No secrets.
Basically, we're going up to the world.
Do we
Still.
see anything like visually occur on Mashuda?
You watch as there's a light. There's a tinge of sky blue energy behind her eyes. She seems fine, and you
Guys,
don't.
it's
She
not that
doesn't
bad.
react. She doesn't react negatively at all. She just kind of stands there, and she takes a deep breath. Meshuda, you feel as you take the deep breath, there's a clearness in your chest and in your lungs that you're not used to. Because the air of the Ashen Waste is toxic, and even if you are immune to poison yourself, it's still
It's not pleasant.
uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for you. But this is like a breath of fresh air. You feel reasonably okay after an unknown magical thing slipped into your chest area and just kind of sits there.
Gonna label it drugs.
Hey kids, you want to spice? Do you spice?
It's crystal meth.
Um,
Ah,
Oh boy, don't give that to the
So-
barbarian.
boy.
Nothing happened to her. Nothing.
Nothing bad seems to have happened.
While this
I
is all
haven't
going
set
down,
in yet.
can I cut into this Gorgonopsid thingy?
Can I just do something stupid?
Okay.
Oh no, I mean, we've already seems like we've done
Wow.
thing which
What were
Holy
you doing,
is high on
shit.
drugs.
I was gonna extract the
Oh.
orb and or the gland from the second one.
As she does
Or-
that, I'm gonna go to the third one. As I'm passing Sioda, I say, "Can you please take out the hearts for me too? Thank you." And I go to the third one. I just yank out the heart and the orb. Put the heart away, like in the ground, and I want to be like around here and try to smash the orb. Actually,
So is
Mashuda when she did that.
hold on. I put enough cantrips in it until it has the same glow as the
Okay.
one Meshuda broke.
Okay.
Then I will break it.
hey, the weird lady hasn't died yet. Maybe I should do the same thing.
Yeah.
Do insight on that too?
Nope.
So, Lou, go ahead and make a damage roll against the magical orb after you charge it up, so it glows dimly.
I'm trying to recreate the
Yeah, can I go back to
experience.
trying to crack open?
That'll do it. You break the thing into pieces, and the blue mist floats up and starts to move towards your head. Unsafe, or you choose to fail?
No fail.
Just huff that shit.
You just stand
Oh
there and
no,
you're
we're a
like,
bunch of drugs.
fuck it, she did it, and she's fine, right? And you open your mouth, and it all the way
Crack's good
down
the
your
first one,
throat
right?
into your chest. And again, it's not unpleasant. It's calm feeling, a cool feeling like morning dew, and it's refreshing. And you're able to take a deep breath afterwards, and you're like, huh. It almost feels like when you took a deep breath for the first time after the other cast that plant growth spell, when it made the air just a little bit clearer, which is unusual. And just like, what the fuck is that? And in the whispers,
Yeah.
He just gets the DM.
Boy,
What?
two druggies.
I know, right?
Two druggies, huh?
We need to
calm
give
now.
everyone. We need to give
Hold
everyone
on,
these
hold
orbs.
on. Like
No,
No,
they just
Good.
need their
DM.
quiet.
no,
DM.
Spoilers.
No, I'm not gonna say
no.
anything.
I'm muting you for a few seconds. Calm
No,
down.
I'm not saying anything. Just wanna
Yeah, I
say.
understand it's a terrible thing, but it's okay. You'll be okay. Anybody else want to huff some mystery fog?
Good. That's
Fantasy
perfect.
vape?
They got me. They got me to
Wait,
crack it
is this
open, but not
vape
do it.
or crack? I'm confused.
Is a strange colored mist. Tell
Is
me it's not vape.
is
If you've
crystal.
ever done it.
Crystal meth.
Could be weed.
It's like an opioid or something. Like
You
the
know
the
that the blue crystals in Breaking Bad is that
Heroin.
Yeah, crystal meth.
crystal meth.
crystal meth? Yeah,
Everybody's on
we're doing
high
Can
on
I
crack.
drugs.
check the Gorgonopsid
Everybody's doing
that Blue
crack.
like just bashed into, and did it ruin like the poison gland in there?
It did actually. That one that got smashed, its gland is destroyed, but the stone is still intact.
Okay,
So,
stop
anybody
doing that.
else?
Anyone else wants to take a
Hey, can I
huff?
go back to trying to crack open the big one's head again?
No. You're busy doing your thing and figuring out what the hell just happened to you.
Can I pick
Straight
up?
and
Can I pick
Sioda,
up the
you
halves?
That's what I'm asking.
I pick up the halves on the ground.
yeah, they
So
are inert. There's no more color in them. They're just glass almost.
was it
I
able to extract the gland and the stone from the one I got like a over 30 on, or no?
Oh yeah, definitely.
When
I
I
mean,
get the
I'd
gland
say
with
with
it,
that, I'd say with a 30, even with the exception of the one that got its poison gland destroyed, you can get all the stuff from the heart, the gland, and the rock from all the other ones.
then I'd like to do that. I want to put the glands into those glass jars.
Mhm.
To stop them from getting squishy. And I also want to start taking the gems out and not wiping them down, putting them into a jar with blood with it,
Mhm.
so it stays wet.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
after
that's what
she's
I.
done, I'm gonna go around, go behind her, and take out the hearts. I'm gonna the all of the small ones. I'm gonna give to one of the wolves, and the big one to other one, and say, "Bone apple teeth."
No, you're gonna give it to the wolves?
Yes.
Did you give the big one to the wolf?
Uh, like the big one to one of them, and all of the small ones to the other one.
I mean, there's. I don't think they need to eat these guys.
Yeah,
Like,
they did a
what?
good
Giving
You're
the
job.
giving it
orbs
to?
to them.
Moorbounder and the other ones do.
Giving the orbs to them, I think, is what he's saying.
No, no, the
No, the heart.
hearts, the hearts.
Like
Oh, the heart.
Why?
Oh, okay, the hearts.
Why not just
Yeah,
give it to the moorbounder?
they are fucking
yeah.
happy. They're like, no,
I guess
we
we
had a
got plenty
fight.
of other.
Moorbounders feel like shit, but the moorbounders will gladly eat even though they are
Why not
fucking
straight
tired.
moorbounder?
You could just give
Yeah,
it
that one
to
too.
whatever we're not going to eat. I mean, this is good meat. Might as well like smoke it or whatever. We have a fire.
I mean, how valuable is this? Where's Eltron?
It's just meat, unless you mean the orbs. I don't know. I'm
I
not
meant
It's
like
not like the
this
heart.
organ opposite thing.
The hearts are like not something that we can eat, but the meat I am down for barbecuing
I
the
mean, most of the
meats.
time you can eat
I
animal
mean, we
heart.
kind of just ate it.
Most of the time you can eat animal hearts.
Yeah, I guess
Brains are gonna be.
just gave it to the bows because they were kind of helpful, and also I'm gonna summon my own wolf and give it one of the hearts. Yeah, that is my
I'll
You
plan.
can
try
all
like
eat.
carving out like some steaks and stuff off of the at least like 2 of them, whatever it would take to
Mhm.
feed the caravan group.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. I don't give him the heart. I just take the liver of one of these guys and give it to him.
Sure. All the more bounders and the wolves are happily chewing away at the squishy organs.
I think liver is even more nutritious than a heart.
I heard
Yeah,
that.
Not as symbolic,
my
but
main bitch gets the good ones. Wildfire
Okay
is
then.
Except for like they only showed up and
Oh,
killed like 2, and they're just like, here you
Meshuda,
go.
I'm sorry, Straight and Sioda, what would you like to do after seeing your companions doing something,
doing drugs.
seeming fine afterwards, all things considered?
No,
They
we're
don't
doing
seem
Got
normal.
me,
any less different, less
got
crazy.
me to break it again.
It's like, fuck it. Uh,
how are
It's out of
you
my
feeling,
jurisdiction.
Mashuda? How are you feeling?
Oh, great.
It's great
I feel like I can
because
go
your
another
eyes look a
round.
little
You know?
weird.
Oh yeah, how do my eyes look? Like,
oh, the glow faded after a few moments, but it was definitely noticeable at first.
I clean my eyes out just like in case.
Like, okay,
You seem fine.
can I like
L-
insight check him?
Sure.
Lou has a visible like a spring in his step.
You don't need to insight check the dwarf. You're not sure about the party member who has heavy covering and masks and goggles and stuff, but the dwarf seems usually happy.
I am going to
This is.
pass on that kind of crap.
I
I
made
feel
Lou
like we
happy.
should.
I made Lou happy for once.
When is Lou not happy about something?
Oh, every day,
Actually,
all the
you know
time.
what? I'm gonna go and like
He's
give
very.
a hug to the snake lady. That was good. Some good shit.
Yay!
That was
Who,
some
me?
good shit.
It was no, it was some good shit. Me and Lou are hugging
Yeah.
right now.
Do
Do
you want
not
to do?
touch
Everyone,
me.
No,
Can
I'm
I
not
no
like?
touch.
touching the snake lady. The
Can I
snake lady.
dodge? I would like to take the
No,
dodge
me, no,
action.
It's
me,
hugging
no,
That's
me
Meshuda.
and
Mashuda.
Lou.
That's
Theota, you're
Mashuda
just
and
standing there.
It's okay. Everyone is
There's
equally
me.
confused considering how you terrorize the snake lady.
Do you want to do it again? Do you think we can do it again?
Yeah, we can. You know, let's get the other
We
ones.
not.
Everyone is 100 shades of confusion right now.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take one of
No,
the.
I'm not giving it to you.
There is the big one.
Meshuda's
We
I
can't
holding.
have
use
all
the
of
big
them.
Hang on.
one.
Can I try and break the one in Theota's hands?
No.
Jesus fucking
Can I like throw my portable hole on the ground and like jump into it?
I
If you
would
want,
recommend it.
You're
I
gonna
need to
die
save.
in seconds.
No, I
takes a
have
few
like a
Not
few
minutes.
minutes
second.
of air. Unless you guys are purposefully killing me. Bet. Strong
No,
advantage.
I'm that. Yo. See what? Just calm
Hey,
down.
it's
Calm
great. It's
down.
great.
You're
No
yelling
need
at
to be
someone inside a
hostile.
hole.
No need to be hostile. If you don't want to use the
Oh,
stones, then you don't use them. I just
It sounded like. Wait. It's literally sounded like you just said, "Don't be hostile if you don't want to die." I mean,
there is no need to be hostile. I just take out my portable hole, put it on the ground, and put the big one in that, and then just happily go around and take out levers for my wolf. Your loss?
Can Can I break the orb in Theota's hands?
no, I'm inside my hole. Stay away.
No, he's in his
Never
hole.
finish it. If you want to come into my hole, bet. I'll close you. Motherfucker.
This took a
a
turn.
moment of silence. Moment of silence.
Yo, Mishuda, let them be. Let him be.
Seal, though you
This is my
watch
favorite
your
terrain.
Seal, though
Okay.
you
Cold, very
watch
tempting.
your very strange erstwhile companions, seemingly very happy after doing some weird rock mist scaling shit.
Wait, where are the other orbs?
All
Seal
of
that
them.
collected all of them,
Yeah, he collected all
They're
of them.
all in jars
them all.
inside the blood.
except for
Yeah.
the massive one. Lou took the massive one, but
Mm.
Lou
Seal that has
snatched the
all the
map.
small ones.
What's Lou doing? with
Yeah,
the
I ain't
two
breaking
more?
that one, don't I?
So I'm gonna leave my vials in my hole and crawl out of my hole. And immediately
She
pick my
said.
hole up.
She said.
Can you just stop saying my hole?
It's
Oh.
my hole! What do you want me to call it? I'm
Portable
gonna call it
hole.
Vanessa.
Use
I'm
the
gonna crawl out of
P.
Vanessa.
Use the portable
Technically,
before
any
it.
hole could be a portable hole.
I just call it a port.
No, a hole.
It's a hole. Stop being a pervert. It's
Hole.
literally just called a portable hole.
I'm not being a
Portable
pervert.
has
What?
too many syllables
Can
for
we
me to
just
say.
say that is a portal? Can we just stop
Why don't
saying
you call it?
hole?
Why don't you call it a
It's not
port?
a portal, it's a hole.
At this point, we are
I
the ashen
mean,
holes.
technically, it is like a little
Yes, you
void.
are
I feel
ash
like.
holes. We've been over this.
It only took us how many episodes to catch on?
16.
I even said it very early on. Yeah. Anyway, anything else you guys want to do?
No,
I'd like to
I'm
try
good.
and go after the big one's skull and crack it open better.
Do you want to ask Skiller for one of the small orbs straight?
No, not the orb. The orbs. Going after the big one's skull.
Oh, the
Crack it
skull,
open.
right.
Oh, okay.
Again, do another coconut. Strength check.
So in total I have what, 8?
Hey!
Sure.
I have 8 of the orbs and 8 of the glands? Just to write on
No,
my
And then
you
character sheet.
glands.
have 9 glands. You have 7 orbs because there was only 9 collectible ones, and 2 of them were used by Lou and Meshada. So 7
meth.
orbs.
7
And then
orbs.
yeah, I put it in the loot sheet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nike.
So, what does my homunculus observe from Alteron? Because it's been just watching him.
Oh, he had gone back into his carriage and he was just getting some bottles of wine and then starting to come out and offer some to his mercenaries. You all seem very busy with the corpses.
All right.
Okay, are we ready?
body.
Are we ready to cook
This
it?
the soul gem that got the purple blue. Uh, if I use the
Cantrips?
cantrips on it, does it go back to the
You
original
notice?
color?
So when you use the orb, the cantrip on the orb, there was no magic being released. The orb absorbed it, it seemed. And when you use the cantrip on the crystal, the cantrip actually appears. The magic happens and washes over the crystal. The crystal does not change color at all.
Wait, what if we break the soul crystals on our heads?
That's definitely the meth talking.
Let's
This is the
let's
meta talk.
Can
let's
I see
not do that
the
because
Barbarian thing
I'm
to
pretty
say.
sure it's not gonna have the same effect. We have to have
Alright.
like the actual orbs. They will come around. They will come around.
You're my best friend, Lou.
Let's not go there, but you did good today.
if I actually look into their eyes, are their eyes like a little dilated or anything?
Make
Are they?
it.
I don't-
Actually, no, you don't have to. You have a high passive perception. So Lou did have that weird bluish coloration, of, like that blue magical energy behind his eyes for a few moments, but it dissipated, and they seem. You would hesitate to say they seem normal, but they seem normal.
You're giddy.
Giggity.
Or like physical symptoms
Oh
of being
gosh.
high?
They just seem a little more excited than normal, which is disconcerting, but they seem fine. They don't seem like they're experiencing. I mean, you've had accidental mushroom trips from eating a wrong mushroom, so you understand how that
Oh.
feels and how that would look because water can be reflective. They don't exhibit any of those qualities, and if this excitement is the quality that they're exhibiting, then it's such a mild thing it doesn't seem harmful.
I mean, Mishuda,
Anyway.
I'm not saying anything. That Sioda, I'm not saying you have to do it, but if you do it, you gotta be surprised and in a good way.
It's
And
gonna be awesome.
immediately, the idea you had that maybe this is just a mild symptom. Now you're just like, maybe it's not so mild. And then the little back of your brain, you're thinking, maybe they finally went off the deep end.
Oh, hang on.
How about I'm gonna wait like a day, and you
Hmm.
guys can tell me how good it still is.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Uh,
So,
and after that,
um,
I'm just gonna go around and take out the best pieces of meat and the livers. I'm gonna give the livers to my wolf, and I'm gonna gather
Say so.
enough meat for everyone,
Theodore already
every
did that.
humans.
The other already did that.
all right.
Okay, then I'm just gonna take them
Drummer.
and start the barbecue.
Hey,
Can I
drummer.
have the meats?
Yes, you can.
Can I
Yes,
focus
you
to
can have
make a
the meat.
potion?
What kind of potion?
What kind can I make with my alchemist tools?
Actually, that's right. So there are two things. One, weirdly. Okay, so actually, I think you have a feature. I think it requires an hour of uninterrupted concentration, and it will make a set of tools, tools that
Yes,
you're provided with.
he has used that
You
in the
can.
first session.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it
that's
was.
why I already have the alchemist tools.
So that's why you have the alchemist tools. To make a potion, you need alchemist tools for the actual potion making, but you also need an herbalism kit.
Do I have that? I'm looking.
You would need to spend an hour to conjure an herbalism kit.
Yo, Mishuda, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Uh, do you think you can make potions from the dust of these orbs?
Dusted the what?
The orbs that be used.
Oh, you mean the glass?
Uh, yeah, the glass that is left behind. Do you think maybe we can powder them and maybe
Uh,
make potions with
can
them?
I make an insight check on that?
It's not an insight check. That would be an
Intelligence?
Arcana check. Arcana intelligence. Probably Arcana because proficiency. So
Can I
Arcana.
give her
Okay,
guidance
that's
I was
on
gonna
fine.
that?
say medicine for a
A bit
second.
late.
Guidance.
19.
19. You want to use Flash of Genius? And
Use it.
here's Flash of
How do you use
Genius is
guidance?
you have to use
Yeah.
it before you know how the roll turns out. Okay, you can use
So
guidance. Fine. Do you want
I
to use
Yeah.
tried
Flash
to
of
use
Genius?
I tried to click it before, but it was glitching
Huh?
out. It didn't pop
23.
out.
So
You
yeah.
want to use Flash of Genius?
I'm
So
good.
Flash of Genius specifically is worded you have to use it before knowing the result. So do you want to use it?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Look at the thing. You think about how they did absorb magical power. You don't know how effective the individual bits of pieces are, but could try.
All right. So, how long does it take to make the herbalism kit, and how do I activate the feature?
So actually, in your features at the very top of active abilities, it's called magical tinkering.
There it is.
Wait, no, sorry, not magical tinkering. Wait, which one is it?
Is it right tool for the job?
Right tool for
Yeah,
the
there you go.
job.
Literally, quite literally, you need the right tool for this job. Yes, go ahead and roll it. Right for
Can
the third level, you learn how to produce exactly what you need. You can create a set of artisan's tools within 5 feet of you. This requires 1 hour of uninterrupted work to create it. Tools are non-magical and they vanish when you use this feature. So the alchemist tools would vanish.
interesting.
The conjured ones.
I do.
You would get the herbalism kit.
I do both.
Actually, you know what? Let me think. So this is a potion.
Can we say I
And
already had it? Because I technically already did study alchemy before this.
yeah, I think you get it as part of the starting equipment.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you had made a different set in the first session. I think.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
I think. We'll go off of that because it doesn't make sense for you to not have an alchemist kit because that's kind of the big thing for artificers. Herbalism kit's
Okay.
usually for healing potions and stuff and poisons. So the alchemist's kit makes more sense. So yeah, never mind. Never mind.
so I guess we
Whatever.
So
have.
I didn't even need to use that.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do I activate the ability to make potions?
So when you go to your inventory, I think you have an alchemist. Yep, alchemist supplies. Roll the alchemist's supplies.
Here it is. I forgot I have thieves tools. We haven't been in any big cities.
Well, maybe that's what you had made. Thieves' tools. The creation thing. Oh yeah, you did, because
No,
you
I
wanted to
already had
lockpick
those.
the massive iron box. So you created the thieves' tools to lockpick the iron box in
Thought
the
I already
beginning.
had that. I
Because
feel
you
like.
already had you already had the alchemist's kit. That's what it was. That makes more sense. We're trying to get in. I'm like, you would need lockpicks and this and this and this, and so you made a thieves' tools thing. I think. Okay, so
Actually, it's the
identifying a
other way
substance.
around. Let's just
Oh, never
say
mind.
that, let's just say
Fine.
he had the alchemist things, but I specifically remember because you said he takes out his lockpick and uses like a wand to
Oh, it was a
conjure
metal
it.
file. You're
Yeah,
right. Okay, fine. Okay,
never,
you're
but
fair.
it makes more sense if he has
Uh,
alchemist set.
So I'll use both these rolls. So the 20, you're able to start a fire, and the 27, you're able to identify the substance of the glass, not as anything more than just what it was, but you're able to identify that it can be worked with.
Okay,
So,
and how does the work go?
I mean, with those two rolls, it goes pretty well. It would take you a couple hours to pull off. So,
Okay, what do I make?
I want to just clarify that I gave him gave her my orb, and I want half of what is made with my
sorry, you're giving her
alchemist.
the massive one,
No, no, the small one that I
the one you had
broke.
broken.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I want
So you
The
have
one
the
straight and broken.
potions.
two orbs. You have two orbs worth of stuff. Roll two separate D100s.
Can you do that? Because I can't hit the thing with the
Can
player's
I
icon.
let me just do that?
I can do that. Oh, fine, whatever.
62 and 36.
So, I'm just letting you know there's a bonus to this because of how well you rolled and the expertises, I mean the proficiencies and all the stuff that you have. Okay, I love it.
Eureka!
Okay. In the consumables section, bless you, in the consumables section of your inventory, Meshuda, you will find a new item.
It
Insert it.
says new consumable.
Don't say the name of it.
Don't read it out loud. He's trying to make it secret so we don't know what you got.
Baka.
Oh. Man.
Do the big reveal yourself.
Does
Later.
it does she get two of them? Because I gave her my half.
Might be a different role.
Jumper, I noticed it doesn't give a description for how it works.
I'm writing it. Give me a minute.
Okay, got it.
It takes time. I gotta write it, and then it's gonna update. Give me a second.
Good
He's
catch.
prepared.
Hold on a second, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Sioda, you still not gonna do it? It's really fun.
I'd rather not do anything with you.
No, have I ever strayed you?
It is true.
Yes!
When?
Wait. When did that happen? Yeah.
Literally, like, in the cave multiple times.
Oh.
What?
You almost got me killed multiple times when we tried to explore that cave together.
That's true.
And I would save you multiple times. Remember
Out of the trouble that you got me in, that I would have gotten in if you didn't, like, reveal me.
that's not my fault that I'm not good at
You almost tried to
hiding.
get a fucking elder god to kill both of us.
I didn't. I just took out some orbs, some ore from his home. Then he just came out and said some things, and I said, like, look, yo, brother, my man, I just worship Muhammad. I don't know what kind of beef you guys have with each other.
Yeah, see,
TLDR, I'd rather not listen to you or anything you
Yoda, make
recommend
an
right
intelligence
now.
saving throw.
Oh god.
By
Oh
the
boy,
way,
Dire in charge of this.
by the way,
Oh no.
did that guy save you from the curse? Because he said something about lifting
So
the curse.
thankfully, you don't take psychic damage from Lou's attempt at uh logic.
Cringe damage.
Shoot. What the heck are they doing?
Yes,
No
Yoda.
idea.
Did like
I'm scared. What the heck happened? What's going on?
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
what's going on?
Meshula gives you a blank look as you use your logic on her, and she just has a look of absolute and utter why.
Like
I just
Yoda,
like look
What did she
to the
just
top
say?
right corner of the screen like I'm on a sitcom.
like
Did
Sioda,
Sierra just say?
like never mind about that. Sioda, the big guy said something about giving you a kind of cure for that weird thing in the back of our head. Did it actually work?
I mean, I haven't had any symptoms since he promised me that.
Um,
Um,
I haven't any. I haven't had any symptoms either. But can we know for sure that it
I
worked or
I
not?
never
yeah,
I
all I
never
know
had
is
any
that he said.
symptoms.
Okay, I guess we have to wait for a symptom. If we both get it, then he didn't do his job.
I mean, I never had any symptoms. So.
Lou, you probably should make an intelligence saving throw. It's been a while
Yeah, I mean, like I was the only one who wasn't affected by that, and straight, but
because he
uh,
wasn't even there.
Can I
no,
get
and I think straight was there. He was just watching.
Sorry.
Not one, not fucking one, and
Oh
I'm out of
gosh.
lucky.
Thanks.
Good.
No, I can't. Are you?
You tell
Yo,
everybody that you haven't noticed any symptoms. But the truth of the matter is, you've been dealing with a deep and unsettling sense of terror every time you have faced something in a combat-esque encounter or anything that could escalate. It's been subtle, and usually you fight it down. But for the most part, the thing in the back of your head, like a heart beating restlessly, is still there. It helped when you were in the cavern of that strange underwater creature. You somehow managed to, in some part, invoke Bahamut's attention, and you remember hearing a dragon roar in your head at the time that seemed to have scared the heartbeat away. But it's still there, very subtly, and it's still affecting you. But for the most part, you've been able to push it down. The only time when you were completely and utterly incapable of controlling it was when you were fighting those strange undead creatures, and everything you've been fighting has been alive, so you don't know if it has anything to do with undeath specifically, or maybe what could have been controlling those undead creatures. But the mark is very much affecting you, just in a way that you can handle. Treat it like a form of PTSD. You have it, you're ashamed to express that you are actively afraid because you are Lou Stonefast, son of City Lord Baelor and a paladin of vengeance, but sometimes it's quiet. You feel scared. That's all.
I love how he took my fuck up with my character and made it into a fucking story. That's amazing. Just want to put it out there. Yo, am I still here?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She
I
squealed.
didn't know even. I didn't even know I was in Whisper and I was talking. Uh,
You were talking to
Yeah.
no one.
He's talking to our loyal
Yeah.
viewers, of which we have
yeah,
exactly
Why?
yeah,
two.
yeah.
They're probably not even watching it anymore because he stopped uploading.
No, I'm uploading. I've just been busy with work and everything.
It's
Yeah.
been slow.
But
This
anyways,
time.
I feel like I'm the least. I feel like
straight.
I'm the least favorite person on there though.
You
It's
just
just the
don't get enough
anxieties
screen
talking.
time.
Straight.
I feel like
After your
Nightshade gets
third
the least
attempt,
screen time.
Yeah.
Third time's the
as
charm.
your your third attempt, you haven't failed 3 times in a row. You've been making progress. So on your third attempt, you would finally break it open. Although unfortunately there was some damage done to the inner brain matter, which can be seen through a matter of bruising and a couple puncture marks when you weren't too
Yeah,
careful.
it'll buff out.
But it's intact. It is intact enough for Toyota's purposes. Probably. You don't know. You don't usually don't crawling. You usually don't go extracting brains.
I don't
So
fuck with the
Wait,
innards. I
can
only make
Siota
the innards
technically turn
outers.
into these things now? Like, since she's a druid?
If they are
Mm,
beasts, I should be able to.
And technically they are beasts, right? Like,
no.
Siota, I'm gonna try and call over to you. Siota, I cracked open the big one's hole.
Sierra's
Noggin.
over here, and she was gonna
Again.
check on the moorbounders and the time it took him to do that, and
Oh
just
yeah.
see if they're all okay, if they're injured at all.
Lou gave them some food and they're eating it and they're drinking some water, but they're doing it very slowly. They are extremely exhausted and in pain, but they are healing.
by the way, when did we? Never mind. Never mind.
Oh
Can
yeah.
I?
What time is it for y'all?
It is almost midnight. It's 12:40 for me.
That's 15.
Yeah, same here.
That's past midnight for you, guy.
It's 9 a.m. Yeah. So,
We are going strong. This is D&D, my friends.
do you want to end it? Are you tired?
I mean, I'm a little tired, but like I can keep going. Like,
You
Said we can
have
get
school
to
tomorrow, right? We can call it here if you have school tomorrow.
I mean, I do, but like,
Yeah, let's cut it.
for
Let's call it
We
if it's okay
I
with
was
the DM.
saying we could
no,
just
no,
go
no,
till
like
we
I don't,
to like
you don't have to. You don't have to. Like, I can survive on 4 hours of sleep. That's okay.
Yeah, but can you thrive? You must
Yeah,
thrive at school.
hey, that's
the joys of a college student.
I think he was a high school. Was Are you a
I'm
high
in high
school?
school.
Yeah, he's high
Oh,
school.
joys of a
A
high school student.
child.
joys of high
What's
school.
up, Bubba?
Like
I'm the
you don't
youngest
have a
one.
choice in high school. You have to go to sleep early.
All right, good
But in college,
night.
yeah, you can't just stay
Go to
up
bed.
all night.
I only have one
No, don't
class.
do that.
Isn't that a song? Up all
For
night,
me.
like something like
Possibly. Go to bed.
Go to bed,
no.
baby.
Go to bed.
Baby.
The bench
All right,
Bye.
everybody. We'll finish out this episode with bullying Nick to go to sleep. Good night and bye bye.
Like Morgana in Persona 5.
Get your
Yes, good
Yes.
baby
night.
bed for babies.
Go
You
to
baby.
bed.
No.
I'm gonna be over here drinking my
No.
wine like an adult because I can do that.
You can't
You
even afford
can't,
wine. What are you talking
sucker.
about?
I mean,
Shit.
economy.
I mean, in all my life, I
Exposed.
still wouldn't drink.
Peak
I mean,
adulthood is buying wine at Sam's Club.
being adulthood is buying wine at the 99 cents store. What are you talking about?
I don't have wine at my 99 cents.
Well,
Being
if that was the
adults,
case, then
Exactly.
a
the
lot of my buddies that were in were
only difference between an adult and a high school student is that you have access to alcohol. That's it. You still don't have any idea about how to fucking live.
Oh, and for you at least, money.
Mo money, mo problems.
Yeah, I said you only buy wine at the 99-cent store, and you said there is no wine at the 99-cent store. I said, exactly. If it's not at the 99-cent store, you can't afford it.
Alright. Well, good night, y'all.
The struggle is real. Good night.
Places.
Bye bye.
And say bye.
Like,
Yo, DM.
Yeah. You stop the recording finally?
while
Yes,
the
I
baby's
did.